Yeah! I am the light bringer. Now listen, fellow warriors, I ask you, should my campaign come to an end? There's way more to avenge. Oh, 50 million souls live in this realm without much hope. Not too
Hello, and welcome to the MadMen stream for VL Div 4. We've got a banger of a game today. We've got Vortex, Reborn Eclipse versus our very own MadMen. It is a playoff decider. It's man against man, and someone's going to lose and someone's going to be out. Happy to introduce my colleague, my colour caster, the vinegar to my salt, the apple to my eye, Corey. Corey, you good?
I'm good. I cannot wait until to see this game. I mean, it's the do or die. It's the everything is up to bet. So we will see what happens. It's two pretty good teams. They're pretty balanced too. So anything can happen.
I think obviously MadMen have gone through a couple of swaps, so I think draft is going to be interesting. I don't think obviously they're not going to have that synergy in draft, so they're going to see how they're going to overcome that. I'm interested to see how they do. I think they're coming off a win. If I looked at their last one, I think Vortex is coming off a loss. So it should be interesting. I don't know much about either team, but I'm happy to learn. Just so you all know, the man behind the scenes in the Mistos is going to be pressing all the buttons to make sure we can follow the action. If anything goes wrong, that's the person we blame. But other than that, I think we're going to go into draft soon. I think they're getting everything set up. Before we get into that, Corey, obviously the rosters are quite close. What are you going with? It's best of 3. Who's winning?
I don't want to guarantee anything. It's anyone's game, to be honest. But I reckon it's going to be a 2-1 at least. It's going to be very tied. A lot of fiestas, hopefully. A lot of fighting. A lot of advantages being lost, I hope. It's always exciting, at least for our point of view. We get a lot to talk about, a lot to dissect, a lot of just meat on meat. Cannot wait.
So you don't want to commit to a team?
I not yet.
Okay, I will be the villain. I'm going to go for a Vortex. Okay, I'm going to go for a failed flash Malphite ult. That's going to cost someone. We're going to go from there. No, I'm hoping for a 2-1. I'm hoping for a close affair. Obviously, we've got a lot of new players here. You know what I mean? So we are going to see some opportunities for people to make moves, and obviously we're going to see some mistakes, and that's okay. That's what we're all here to learn, get better. I'm hoping for a 2-1. I do think MadMen have it all to do. Having managed some teams myself, I know how hard it can be, and sometimes that's just how the split goes. You can't control life. We're all here. We're all part-time players. Everyone's got stuff going outside, and obviously not being able to have a regular lineup, I think is going to be a real big challenge. But we believe. The guys seem confident. Everyone I've spoken to at Mad seems really confident. So I'm hoping that we get an absolute banger today, and that everyone enjoys themselves as well. Just waiting for us to see if we can get into lobby.
And hopefully the draft might start soon. I cannot wait to see what they have at least cooking for us in this amazing stew. From the substitutes starting to play, anything can actually happen. So we are going to see a team that is used to playing maybe in a play style, changing it completely because of them.
And I think obviously with everyone now embracing Fearless, Div 4 is not Fearless. So normally when it's not Fearless, draft is based around power picks, right? So it's interesting to see what those power picks are going to be. Obviously, we've had conversations before we'll come on. I think the ADC pool's interesting. I always think Jinx at the CLO is one to watch because she's so simple, but her carry potential is absolutely massive. 1 kill, and then she can just roll over the team fight. And obviously, positioning is key with her, but as soon as Jinx gets excited, obviously she can just kind of move free, pop the rockets, pop Brunan's Hurricane, and the next thing you know, she's kicking out 20k's worth of damage in one go. I'm sorry, I could nearly say the name, and I just couldn't help myself. I come in peace. I love that name. Because all I've got is this shirt. Yeah, all I've got is the shirts. Everyone will know. Of a certain age, everyone will know why I'm laughing. But I've been looking at both tops. I'm interested to see how they're going to play. I always find in lower elo games, top lane is really, really chaotic. And it's always someone always struggles in game one. very rarely is it even in game one when it's low reload. Someone will normally get an advantage or make a mistake, and then TP gets called out, and next thing you know, it's just chaos. And that would be awesome. We just got to the junglist name. I'm going to stick with Lilia Hoof. I'm probably going to get tongue. All these battles and how they basically progress through. It's always interesting. I'm keen to see a draft when it's not Fearless. I've not actually casted one without Fearless for a while, so really interested to see how the draft goes.
Can I also just add, one of the top laners, I come in peace to be precise, is a Senna OTP, 300 games on Senna, and he's been playing, or she, we don't mismatch, been playing at least the last 2 games Gnar. So we might see a Gnar, maybe a Cassante. The player has been playing a lot of beef champs. 1 game of Gwen going 7-3 on that player against Wolf, which is also a player that has a lot of beef in his champion pool. You have a Cho'Gath with 35 games, 57% win rate. So we might see a Cho'Gath top.
And that's the thing with Gwen, obviously, because she's warped the top side so much, because obviously she's such a tank buster. Tanks have been so strong for so long. And now you've got these simple picks. Well, I say simple, but they're straightforward, like these linear style champions, Gwen and Trundle. They kind of warp the meta. If someone's brave enough to play it, if someone's willing to put themselves in that spotlight, people can't just play the thickness. People can't just play the Scions, can't just play the Malphites, because these other champions will either shred through them or rob all their characteristics. We are now going into draft. See a Braum there, which is obviously a solid ban. Is one of the best picks in this current patch. So I'm not surprised to see that be banned away. A super simple champion, really good at peeling. And like you said, with these ADC players, you may want to go on these scaling picks. Obviously, one to take off the table. Oh, Viego.
I think Mad skipped one of the bans. I'm not sure.
I think they've lost 3 of their bans due to them using a knee sub. So they won't be banning. No, sorry, I'm just being updated. They've lost all of their bans. So Mad going into this blind. Yeah, fast free. Okay, that's fair enough. So just keep you updated. Mad won't be making any bans in the first three bans before the draft gets going. That might change due to players, but as we said before, Mad have got a mismatch of players going in. Just the way of the world, just how it is. But there's 3 bans that I would be banning. I think Zin's super good. I think Viego is still, even though he's dropped a little bit in priority, I think his ability to take over team fights is super strong and has to be respected.
And it also tells us a lot about the draft. We are going to see a lot of ranged characters on one side trying to get those pokes, at least for Vortex. It's what it seems. Maybe try to deny that misfortune that can be picked.
Or maybe straight away they've taken a misfortune.
Okay.
I love this champion. It's just a tone setter. Like, as soon as you pick an MF, there's so many things that are open. Obviously, team fighting is a key characteristic for MF. Okay, cool. There we go. So I was getting updated by Mistos. Basically, Mad will not have any bans. So Vortex can get rid of everything they want to get rid of. Nocturne and Orianna. I love that pick.
That is a very dangerous combo.
It's one of the best mid 2v2s out there that scales into the game. In my experience, going against it is a problem.
Very complicated.
And you just can't track the Ori ball, and then the Nocturne shuts off the light, and then your ADC screaming down the mic because they don't know where the Nocturne is. And next thing you know, you're getting punched in the face, and you hear this little, and then you're getting pulled in with a shockwave.
Malzahar Lilia, that's an interesting pick.
Yeah, I'm assuming that the Malzahar's there to sort of try to keep this Orianna in check. But I suppose if they fight backwards, so obviously Nocturne deep goes super deep. You've got Liliana sleep, you've got Mordekaiser, CC, Maybe just looking to blow up the Nocturne. But there's the Jinx
Very good
that we
answer.
were talking about early. I like that. Obviously, Orianna and Nocturne are there to blow someone up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jinx is there to carry up. Yeah, you have to do something. That means this team fight can't just go. Vortex can't just fight backwards. They have to kind of fight forwards. Because if they don't, Jinx is going to pop off.
And now what you're actually looking for in Vortex is a prime engage. I mean,
yeah, and MadMen are all over that. Rel's gone.
I'm still thinking that maybe a Nautilus would be very dangerous to play against this team comp. You got a very pick-based team comp. You have the Misfortune doing a little bit of burst. You got the Malzahar. And Nautilus would go really well. Maybe Leona even. So the rally is good, but I don't see really the bend there. Maybe Amelia would have been better.
It's a Malzahar one trick. Sorry, chat has been updated. Basically, Malzahar is a Malzahar one trick, and they love a bit of Malzahar. Can't fault it. That's dedication. That's dedication to the craft. Pressing that Q and W. Oh, I love to see it. There you go, the Leona. Well called, Corey. I think they had to, right? Once the roll went down, there's not many other supports that are going to bring that level of CC. Obviously, you could look at the Alistair, but 9 times out of 10, at my level, at this level, the Alistair has anti-synergy with the MF, so he finds it super tough. I really like the Leona.
They might have takeaway. Or
Thresh.
I feel like that's way harder to play against Leona. Just because of the amount of CC she has, the buffers in terms of the QE. It's going to be a very complicated matchup for Vortex's bot lane.
So. I think it's difficult, isn't it? For Vortex, you're in a position where you wanted the Realm, MadMen banned it out. You wanted the Leona, MadMen took the Leona, and then what you got left, right? So you've got, and you haven't got Brawn because you banned it too. So you're kind of stuck with a Thresh. I'm with you. I would have maybe gone a different way with that, but simple character, great appealing. Obviously, you're trying to keep the Nocturne off. You're trying to keep this Orianna a little bit far away, and you've got to keep Leona away. It's a hell of a job for Thresh. He's going to be going full protect the president, and there's a lot of people coming. And just this Ornn to round it out as well.
It's definitely going to be a very complicated game for Vortex. They need to appear in the objectives before MadMen gets there. Even if they appear there, MadMen just have the utility to stop or start a fight.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like the ease of execution here is with MadMen. They've kept it simple, and to be fair, when you're running a team that hasn't got the inherent synergy of a team that's been together for a whole split, you've got to keep it simple. You can't be rushing into things. You can't be making it hard. You know what I mean? What's going to happen is Ornn's going to do his Ornn horn. He's going to scream to his party, let's go, we're going in. Nocturne's going to go, I see MF, I'm gone. And then someone is going to die. And then Jinx is going to go absolutely berserk. Whereas for Vortex, they're going to have decisions to make. And every team fight is going to be, what can we do? How are we going to do it? What's happening? Who's coming? It's not going to be a case of let's everyone presses R and we win, which is what MadMen have. Oh, and the shout as well. If you want to go watch Vortex, they're also streaming on their channel. I'm sure someone will post it into the chat as well. What I'm interested in though is how this early game is going to go, because like we said before, normally nerves kick in, right? At top, you've seen two safe picks, Cassante and Ornn, right? Cassante obviously will impose himself on the Ornn, but the Ornn's just there to scale. The Ornn's just there to get levels, give people items. Malzahar versus Ori, I don't think it's going to be the most engaging matchup, but obviously you never know. Things can happen.
I feel like the Malzahar is actually just to stop the Orianna to rotate with that Nocturne.
Yeah, true, because obviously she got that the mana buff not too long ago, and ever since then her prio's been rising. So I'm not surprised to see her. I think this game doesn't really kick in till level 6. If things happen before level 6, I'd be really not surprised, but pleasantly entertained.
It will definitely be interesting, for at least for Vortex's perspective, because if they fall behind, they will need to play it very safe.
Well, this is the problem. You've got when you draft MF, right? Obviously, blue sky scenario, everything's perfect. You know, I mean, we've all got full bank accounts. You want to go Rel, you want to go Leona. You know, you want to go something that goes, I'm going to start this fight for you, and why everyone's panicking about me, you press R and win us the team fight.
Indeed.
The problem you've got now is, where's the fear? The fear is Malzahar's ult. Malzahar has one person he can get, right? And if Malzahar does that, and it's not Nocturne, well, the light's getting turned off. You know what I mean?
Even if it is Nocturne, he will have so much to just try to dodge. You have the Oriana ulti, you got the Leon ulti right after, you have Ornn knocking you up. Your ulti is not going to buffer that Nocturne.
And the thing is, right, is what I really like, and I really like Mad's draft here, is they have multiple layers of, yes, we can go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So Malzahar's going to ult someone, and Ornn's going to go, don't worry, guys, I'm going to ult here. Or Ori's going to go, don't worry, guys, we can still ult here. There's multiple ways that they can turn that engage into a win. The counter punch of MadMen is crazy. You know what I mean? And you're not going to want to walk into that, because if not, you're going to get a bloody nose. And that's the problem for Vortex. Vortex are going to have to be really cute, really picky with their fights. They're going to want to skirmish. They're never going to want a 5v5, because if they do, they're going to have to play. They're going to have to play out their skin. This Malzahar is going to have to use all billion mastery points. You know what I mean? All 60 billion, whatever mastery points he's got in Malzahar to pull out a win here, because I think they've got they're in a little bit of trouble, in my opinion, just coming off the draft. But look, crazier things have happened. You know what I mean? Someone gets fed, someone pops off, Cassante gets a triple kill somewhere, and then all of a sudden you don't have to worry about the 5v5 because Cassante's 3v1 in the top side. So, you know what I mean? There obviously will be ways for Vortex to make up what, to me, is a bit of a draft if. It'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see how they run the map, and that first straight could be spicy.
It's definitely a good first game in terms of for Div 4, if there's any scouts watching, because you're going to see a high skill gameplay on one side that you need to execute perfectly against a wombo combo, which even if you don't get the execution perfectly, you have a lot of peel for yourself. You have a lot of disengage with that Leona. So it's not even a thing about what items do we build. It's about communication in the end of the day. Does the Nocturne and the Oriana have that connection that they can pull that combo? And do we have a good shot caller for Vortex to know where to engage when they are off tempo in terms of Mad? So it's going to be a very, very precise gameplay that at least I would like to watch, and everyone would like to watch.
Yeah. Sorry, go on, continue. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's fine. And if it's executed perfectly, you're going to see just masterclass, right? Objectives, vision, everything.
I think, like I said, I think you know what I mean, and this is for me. I think if Vortex want to do the same first pick, let's say if they go blue side again, I think they have to go MF Rel or MF Leona just to give her more ease of access. Because the problem they're going to have, and we keep talking about this MF, and obviously it's so integral to the Vortex draft, is the problem they're going to have is, when does MF press R? When does she do it, right? Because Ori Ball is deceptively long range. Even if she doesn't use the Nocturne, let's say she doesn't, she's just going to be hiding, man. She's going to be a little lurker in the corner, you know what I mean, getting ready. And then you've got Ornn, who can just go, okay, cool, you're ulting, I'm going to ult too then. You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, you're just in a spot of trouble. And then if Leona decides, do you know what, Jinx is fine, all this CC at this ADC MF honestly is going to have to be on it. Like we're celebrating Uzi. Obviously, Uzi got put into the Hall of Fame. We're going to need Uzi level some dodging here, man. Like you're going to have to dodge like me dodging attacks, man. Like he's going to have to be on it because this MF has got no friends once these team fights start. I believe it's Linky playing in that role. I believe Linky's ADC. So he's hoping for a brilliant game from him because he's going to need to have one, in my opinion.
100%, and we are off to the game.
Yes, we are finally here. I'm expecting nothing at level 1. I'm expecting 5 point. It makes sense unless Thresh is going to pop off and go for a flash hook. Maybe just a late ward just to see where everyone's starting. We haven't really spoke much about the Lilia. Kind of went through the draft and noticed.
Oh, there is a pause.
We have a pause, so we'll take advantage. We'll discuss about the Lilia, maybe some runage as well. I'm not seeing anything that I'm surprised by, to be honest. Obviously, PTA for MF, pretty standard stuff. Yeah, I'm interested to see what this Lilia can do. Because obviously Nocturne's clear 1 to 6 is perfectly okay. It's nowhere near as good as a Lily's.
Lily's clear is just very fast, but it all depends on the players. A sub 3 minutes 30 seconds is what we want to aim for, at least in any jungle character. So it's really how proactive they are going to be. I know Nocturne is not the most proactive until level 6, so I'm not going to expect him to do any flashy plays, at least on the bot side. He doesn't really have that leverage. So we are probably going to see that Nocturne try to play for the Ornn, get those early levels, put him in front so he reaches level 14 as soon as possible. Get the boy a little bit tanky as he's a sorcerer, spellcaster, barbarian, druid, assassin, as everyone know.
Yeah, and to be fair, obviously we've spoken a lot about where Vortex might struggle. I think where Vortex will be good. I actually think Vortex in lane is solid. I think every lane is really happy. I think MF obviously would have preferred different sports, but Fresh is still good. If Fresh catches Jinx, MF is going to press Q. It's going to bloody hurt. Like, there's not going to be a lot that Jinx can do into the MF if they play it correctly. And if MF gets 2 kills up or a kill up, I've been that MF in a Jinx lane, and I tell you, you can bully this Jinx out of lane. You can put the damage down. So Back's going to have to play it a little bit respectively. You know what I mean? So is the Leona. They're going to have to play it slightly respectfully, get those levels, take their time, because the last thing they want to deal with is a fed MF. Fed MF doesn't care. Fed MF, until it runs into Ornn, a fed MF will not care. It will walk up, it will 2-tap you, and then it will walk away. The issue you're going to have is, what do they do when Ornn comes? What do they do when the fights group? What do they do when it's fist v fist, 5v5? That's always going to be the problem. And Vortex needs to be ahead. It's the only chance they've got. They've got to win this lane. Lilia has to get this MF ahead. She has to be ahead. If she doesn't, it's incredibly tough.
It is also a little bit interesting in terms of the runes for both of the AD carries. They chose coup de grace instead of a more beefier anti-tank type of build. So they're really just trying to focus on those squishies, which is just each other. It's a very bruiser, very bruiser team comp in both sides. So it's quite interesting to see those. Even for the Lilia taking the coup de grace is very interesting.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a case of what they prefer to play. I'm not too sure. Things
It could be for lane.
It could be for lane, exactly that. And that's kind of what I want to see. I want to see a team fight already. Okay, so just getting some information on why the pause. It looks like the Vortex jungle is having some issues, internet-wise. Happens to the best of us, and it happens to the worst of us. So obviously, I'm going to try to get it sorted. I'm not sure in terms of how long the pause can be. I haven't read the VL Warwick in a while. It's I think it's 15. Is it 15 minutes for the entirety of the series, or just a match? A match. go from there.
Much
Well,
better.
Mad will take that.
100%.
Mad will take a default. Sorry, the jungler has paused for Vortex, having internet issues. Obviously, the ramifications here is whoever wins goes to playoff. And Mad not having their main lineup, they will take every single win they can get. I've been on that side of the fence before. I've been the team that made an admin error, and people are ruthless when it comes to playoffs. When it comes to wins, it happens to the best of us.
It sure does. It's. I mean, if the game doesn't happen, it's quite sad. But if the game does happen, we are going to see some spicy meatballs of a game.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm interested. I'm interested to see what the Vortex strategy is, because we know what Mad are going to do. Their plan is very, very easy. Press R, win. That is the plan. Like, if you had Groot in the little meme, he doesn't need the 3 slides. He just needs 2. Press R, win. That's their plan. Vortex is playing chess, whereas Mad are playing with rocks. They're not even playing a board game. They don't need to. So I'm interested to see what Vortex are going to do. I'm not sure. Yeah. Yes. So for me, I'm interested to see if Kasate can get himself a lead into Orn. Like you said, Orn just wants to get to level 14. So not level 4, level 14.
You got this.
And wants to then start giving obviously people super items. I've not played a lot of Cassante, so I actually don't know who wins that matchup, to be honest. My brain is telling me Cassante.
It should be down to skill matchup.
Yeah.
Just because early game both can punish just as much. At level 6, Cassante should win every single trade. So early game, pretty much skill. Mid to late, Cassante should have the superior, at least team fight or even 1v1 capabilities. So I feel like this Cassante is just to take the Ornn out of fights, at least in the late game, just so he doesn't get that ulti off. Plus, something very interesting. You play ADC. Have you seen the summoner spells of the Jinx against E-Thresh?
Oh, heal. Interesting. Not what I would have gone. I would have personally gone heal. That being said, I'm not a massive cleanse connoisseur. I am not a massive cleanse connoisseur, so I'm not sure if that actually gets rid of the Malzahar roll. But it does get rid of Lilia's sleep. So if I was going to take a summoner into that team, it probably would have been cleanse. Just because I am liable to walk face first into a Lilia ball. And we are back!
Oh,
we're. But if the spectators just needs 2 seconds just to warm up Cockles. I'll keep nattering on about the summoner spell. Yeah, I personally would have taken cleanse. Just because it makes you feel a lot safer around that Lilia. The last thing you want to do as a Jinx is accidentally get hit by a Q or a ball and you get slept, and then Malzahar's going to flash out you, and next thing you know, you get punched in the face.
Oh, looks like we're back.
Yeah, like we said, Lilia's just looking, just trying to get a ward in. See if they can find out where this jungle will start. Obviously, Lilia starts Raptors. That's where they start 9 times out of 10. But we'll see. Like I said, 5 point, nothing entertaining.
It's just looking at that jungle pathing. That's the point that will get any laner out of their comfort area. Can they track? Will they ping where it should be? Do they know that they should be even mirrored, even in terms of jungle path? Ooh.
Yeah, like I said, we think the bot lane is going to be the most volatile one, right? So it makes sense that both junglers want to get there as soon as possible. I am surprised to see the Lilia going top to bot, but it makes sense. I think the bot has the most to lose early on in terms of Jinx and Leona. Like, MF was expected by Mad. So, obviously, Linky's got some games on her and has proven enough in solo queue or in other games in VL Div 4 that he's a problem on the pick. So let's see what they get up to there.
And if you've noticed, there's a ward on Lilia's Raptors. So if this Lilia he has been getting some coaching, or even if he knows, he does not even walk on that bush on Raptors. He goes around, so they don't know where he is in terms of the clearing. So they will instantly lose a lot, and the ward just got out. So that ward was actually way too early. So Lily has full freedom on the bot side to do whatever she wants. Now, we are seeing a very nice push in terms of Linky, getting that bounce back before their junglers are there, and now they just wanted to start shoving towards them if they can get it.
I love watching two tanks hit each other. I don't know, there's something therapeutic about it. Just watching two big, thick, beefy boys just absolutely right-click each other and then casually walk away. And that's all they're going to do at the top. That's all they're going to do, and that's all they're going to do until they get some ults, until junglers get involved. But I don't think the junglers are going to really want to get into the middle of that tussle, purely because I think either really deal with the tanks as that well. As we're seeing here, as we expected Vortex to get in the push, I think for now it's just about Mad enduring that pressure, enduring that push, making sure they don't give any easily or early leads. As we see the junglers are going to see each other here.
Oh, they just said each other.
Just saying hello. Could be the fight here. We're going to wait. Oh, Nocturne doesn't mind. And this is what Lilia's got to walk out for. And the MF's going to... could be first blood here. Lilia's got the bob. I expect MF to keep going. And there's that fresh hit. That's what we wanted to see.
Flash,
and everyone's just going to walk away. It's just summoners. Lilia's still looking though. She's going to have that movement buff.
She wants the crab. She has pry on both lanes.
Well, they should be getting the crab. That's what we expected. Just some summoners blown. The owner's flash is down. Other than that, everyone walks away pretty much. And obviously the Nocturne flash, which happened earlier in the fight. And that's what we were saying. Vortex showing off their early lane power here with the MF. Obviously, Jinx doesn't really want to get mixed up in that. It's not what she's there for. And I think Mad did the right thing. You know what I mean? They saw a window. Vortex shut it pretty quickly. And rather than overcommitting on the play, they just back it away. Yeah, it's cost us a couple of flashes. But MF is 0-0-0. And that's what you want to see.
At least now we know, at least Vortex knows that that Leona is not going to have any flashes for five minutes. So they might just do another full clear in terms of the Lilia and run towards that bot lane. Ooh, Horn almost getting caught.
It's definitely a window for this Lilia to see if they can push through and take advantage of. As mid lane is just back and forth, as we thought it would be. Malzahar's just going to push that wave in, and that's all Oriana's going to do as well. They'll be playing around as both playing around. Obviously, Malzahar's TP is still full mana, so he's under no pressure. He can stay there for a long old time. It's all going to be on Matt to see how he deals with that. I don't think I've ever met a mid laner that likes going into Malzahar. I don't think I've ever met one.
I mean, if they do, there's definitely something wrong with them. I don't think anyone is comfortable playing against such an annoying character, as it just stops your timers. It can just perma-shove you in the moment he gets a little bit of mana. It's just such a punishing lane for any mid laner.
But you know what? It's everyone's safe pick. Anyone who ever gets auto-filled mid is Malzahar. It's just such an easy champion to play. As obviously first Drake's is up here now. The only sixes to really be worried about is the Malzahar one and the Eeyore one, but obviously we'll see. We're getting sixes in mid and in top. And obviously the junglers are both on 5. So like I said, I think this match really kicks off when everyone gets 6. That's when we're going to see
gold deficit starting to appear in terms of their early team comps. You see a lot of gold, 400 advantage.
Good Threshik here. We're looking in as MF gets the slow off. Just going to walk it out. No, go on. Just keep going about the gold. Yeah, I completely agree with the point about the early gold.
Yeah, 600 at least being in advantage. So right now we are seeing what this draft is all about. It's about the early game, trying to stop them as much as possible. But can they? Drake being scouted, That's a good way of pushing. Push into try to get some vision. Then they want to push again, vision again, recall, and push into more vision into that Drake. So maybe Vortex is looking for an early Drake, or they want to trade it. I don't think any of them want to fight this early.
Yeah, it's difficult because obviously, even though Vortex has the stronger laners, they don't really take Drake that quickly. Lilia doesn't take it as fast as she'd like to at this point, and MF obviously is a low attack speed, high AD champion. As we see, Cassante still kind of imposing himself on this lane. A bit of a CS lead now opening up. Ornn's not going to be too bothered though. 20 CS isn't a lot for Ornn. He's still just going to keep doing what he's doing. He's going to slowly go as we walk into another pause. That's fine. We can catch up with the bits of the game that we haven't been able to see yet. Like we said, the CS leads, like you said, the gold lead there, it's all just through early lane dominance. Jinx has obviously just got her BF sword, which anyone who plays Jinx knows that that's the first big thing for her, is getting that first BF. Especially into a lane like the one she's facing with MF and Fresh, you can be quite aggressive. Yeah, you can be quite aggressive and push her off waves. So fair play to back. He's taking his time, getting the CS that he needs to get.
Now the question is, in terms of this misfortune, is she building Bloodthirster first?
She'll go BT first, I believe. I personally don't like that myself when you've got a kill lane. I know BF is super popular, and for a lot of people it's optimal. I like to go more aggressive if I'm winning lane. If either go the lethality option or collector or something like that, just because I want to impose my will. I think BT is a brilliant item, but I think obviously, Ornn's just going to push away. I think obviously you get BT as well for his defensive stats as well, but it does mean that Fresh will be able to wander if he wants to.
But does he want to?
That is to be the question. As we see, Ornn has lost Flash. I think we missed that when we came back.
At least 30 seconds of it we missed. And it's quite interesting that the Leona is kind of scared of the Thresh when her CC is so much better. It's literally let the Thresh... It's like playing a Rakan lane against the Thresh. Let the Thresh engage on you and you just rush that ADC. As you just
it's that counter punch, isn't it? You just drop Ignite straight onto the MF's face, and she has to run. She has to respect the Leona damage. I am pretty surprised actually to see that Leona's kind of just chilling, kind of just going, well, I've got a Jinx. I don't need to do anything. I just need to keep my Jinx safe. I'm not going to flip this lane. I'm going to let it push. I'm going to let my Jinx get the items that she needs. And still, it's a Chemtech Drake. I think that's the problem, isn't it? Chemtech Drake is never the prettiest Drake.
But for these two teams, Chemtech is just goated. It's so much that they will not get CC'd by. So
here we go, though. We're getting some buttons pushed here, and
being traded.
Mad are confident. I told you they've got sixes. They've got sixes. As soon as he got sixes, Mad's confidence level should definitely go up. As Lilia obviously just gets all 3 void grubs. Obviously, as we all know, she's one of the quickest at getting that done. Trade of objectives here, which Mad I think will be happy with. Vortex even happier though. Whereas this Cassante's just used his ult. Obviously, we missed that bit of that float, so we don't know why he's done that. But he's going to trade here with the Ornn, because we're looking for a solo Bolu here. And Wolfman wants absolutely nothing of this. Oh, the tower. Ensuring that Wolf gets to walk away. And a super close. Peace was smelling blood in the water. And,
I genuinely thought he was dead.
I did too. And Cassante will just take the plates. He's going to be very happy. It's cost him his flash, cost him his ult. But his CS lead is growing very, very quickly. As Nocturne shuts off the lights, and MF's in a bit above her here. Thresh is nowhere near her, but she's going to get out. Nocturne didn't want to dive on the tower. MF's going to get her ult off, and they are in so much trouble in this bot lane. They didn't respect the Lilia's counter engage, and Mad have just made themselves a massive mountain to climb. I'm not sure what they're going to do here, because this MF has just picked up 3 assists. This Lilia, though, has just picked up 3. kills. If Neil was happy at the start of the game, he is now ecstatic. Internet issues aside, he arrived exactly when he needed to.
And to every viewer watching this, be careful with a Jinx rocket trying to pass near your head, as we don't know where it was aimed at.
Pull back there. I think, and that's the thing. Maybe the Nocturne engage was a bit quick. Maybe they weren't settled in the bot. I think you've got to risk it. You get MF that low. I think you've got to risk it. But I understand. But then when Lilia arrives, is there a worse feeling as a Nocturne, as a bot lane? You commit for the MF, you don't get the MF, and all could be a bit of bother here. This lane is very, very long, and Casante's okay. He's like, don't worry, chill. I haven't got flash. My ult's probably not back up yet. You can just walk away. But yeah, no, this is exactly what Vortex wanted. They wanted early lane prio, and now MF is going to be brave. I expect her to enforce herself on this lane, impose herself on this Jinx. Leona now, whether she likes it or not, is going to have to be a bit more aggressive. And here they go again. And MF is just going to keep popping off. Thresh just needs to walk forward, keep putting the pressure on this Jinx. MF needs that passive to kick in. She needs to start running, getting those legs and moving. Leona is going to suffer here, surely. And they get away. And this is the difference. This is why I wouldn't have gone BT. Is the fight's not over yet? Lilia's going to have a look. Because if for me, if MF itemizes slightly more aggressively there, it's a double. It's an absolute double kill there for me. But well played to Vortex.
This is definitely the moment that we need the VAR, because I'm pretty sure one of them is cheating. How does he survive after committing such an atrocity? How it's such a good engage from the Thresh, and they just let them run. How does that happen? Why does that happen?
That's the thing, isn't it? It's that consistent balance as an ADC player. Do you go for more damage or do you go a little bit safe? And obviously, BT's popular of MF players for a reason. Obviously, you get tons of lifesteal, you get tons of AD, which is what MF wants. But for me, I love that execution power of the collector, and that's why I would have ran with it. But what a great engagement, by the way. As I said, Leona needed to do something. They were pushed up. Maybe they should have backed at that point, but they're trying to make a play now. This is where, for Mad, the pressure is going to be on them. They know they're behind. Do they believe in the comp? Do they believe in the scaling? Or are they going to force plays? Right?
I'm pretty sure they are just going to try to slow down the game. Try to think.
They have to. And you've been in the position we all have as players, right? You're sitting on the scaling team. The team who's drafted early are ahead. Now you're going to have to fight that impulse to make a boo-boo. You make that mistake to take a stupid engage that you don't need to take. Cassante, you're looking over, you're hitting tab, and Jinx is going, how do I kill this man? You know what I mean? Jinx is sitting there going, what am I going to do? How am I going to survive? And she's just got to believe in it. Is Fresh is going to throw out a hook? I don't think anything's going to happen here, no. Leona's just trying to do wards, and Fresh is being annoying. But yeah, obviously, mid lane is mid, right? Malzahar and Ori, they're at 130, 139 CS. Oh, no. Thresh is a bit of bother here, but MF is going to get an ult. And Leona's going to stop it. Here we go. Jinx is popping off with the rocket. Nocturne, dive. And that's what we wanted to see, the aggression from Lilia. Sorry, I'm going to keep doing that. I love the name. And if they don't want to walk into that bush, now, does Lilia take this? No, they're just going to walk away. They're very happy with that outcome because obviously the bot lane has suffered. Took a punch to the face. But they're back on the board. And that's what you want to see from a Mad perspective.
And this is exactly what you want. Your carry has 2 kills now. At least 2 over that Misfortune. Things might change on this bot lane. Maybe more aggression by the Misfortune and the Misfortune and Leona? The Jinx and the Leona. I'm sorry. So now this is the moment. Do they do Infinity Edge now? Or are they going to go with a safer bet and start building that Runan's Hurricane on that Jinx, which would be really good because of how much grouped Vortex is going to be in those team fights in the later stages. So right now, do we want to just shove lanes, or do we want to do more damage in the lane?
If it was me, I'd be looking at IE. I am greedy though. I think the problem is now. See, we spoke before, right, about how when MF gets ahead, she's a problem. When Jinx gets ahead, she's triple the problem that MF is, right? She has the
100%.
rocket range, she can clear out the minions in one hit. And this is now what the challenge is that Vortex's bot lane is going to have to deal with. Jinx has got Yun Tai, right? It sucks getting to Yun Tai if you're a Jinx player. But once you get Yun Tai, you get the Yun Tai, sorry. I keep calling it Yun Tai, it's just how I say it. I'm stupid like that. But once you get Yun Tai, you get a lot more confidence in the Jinx. You do a lot more AD, you get a lot more attack speed, and executing people like Thresh, executing people like MF is a far bigger threat. So I'm interested to see how they're going to handle it. Thresh is obviously leaving the MF here. They're going to look to get this Rift Herald. Obviously, Malzahar probably wants to break open mid, or Cassante might want to break open top. I fear for Ornn if they get this top broken open.
Honestly, I think you want to go mid and then Tokyo drift it to bot lane. Just so you have that bottom side open and your dragons will be so much easier to take. You can set up visions in way deeper than you want, usually. It's just safer for the support to put vision. It's a little bit more dangerous for your AD carry to farm. But because you still have that tier 1 tower in the mid lane, it makes it so much easier.
They're going to pop it top here. Cassante's already being aggressive. They're already taking the wave that's coming in. Ornn just has to walk away. Yeah, he definitely can't stay. He might not even get a chance to walk away if Lilia commits to this. She is going to hurt, as we see that she's hurting. And there goes the Ornn. He had to just walk away, but I don't think there's much more Wolf could have done. As soon as Lilia turns up at the back door, you're in a bit above their ear. And Thresh is running down to save this MF. Nocturne's not going to take it, though. And we're seeing punch for punch here, but I think Mad are just a little bit behind on these plays. And Jinx needs to dodge. There we go.
Very nice.
Should just walk away. Nice feet buyback. I think at the moment is Vortex. What they are doing really well is this Lilia has prio. Wherever this Lilia is, it's a problem. And they're happy giving up these Drakes at the moment. They're happy getting these Void Grubs. They're happy getting these options that allows them to take towers. And man, they're going to have to deal with it at some point. This Cassante is not going away. And
yeah, Lily is already with Leandris for the tanks, as it does max HP damage. So she's already prepared for that late game. She will have the damage to scale up at that stage. And 8 stacks on the small Magias. So this is going to be a very, very interesting afterwards in the game.
Yeah, I'm just a little niggle for me. Like for anyone who's playing MF, for me, I always prefer going the ability haste boots on MF. For me, MF is not an attack speed champion. She doesn't need attack speed. You will you will do as much damage just pressing W as you have in Berserker Users. Nocturne's looking, doesn't take it. I'm surprised. Maybe it's just Jinx was a little bit too far away there. He's had a couple of moments now, Nocturne, where he's come bot, he's given them a cheeky look, gone, look, I'm here, and then immediately walked away. Like I said, yeah, I personally either go Swifties or I go Ability Haste. It depends on where I am in the lane. In this particular one, I probably would have gone the Ability Haste just because there's so many threats from the Mad side. But then if I was feeling myself, I'd be dropping those ability boots, and then, as I've already said, I've gone a lot more aggressive build here. I'm really keen to see the Leona go in. Nocturne is still hovering, and he's going to pull the trigger. They're going for Thresh this time. They've given up with the Jinx. They're going to pick up a kill. MF's dropped ult. She's not getting anyone, and this is Jinx is getting a little bit fed. Slowly being a problem, but here is Lilia. Can she do anything? Jinx is just going to go on the MF, and she will 1v1 him solo. She's coming back for this Lilia. She's probably going to die for it, but she was going to die anyway. Can Lilia get all 3? This is going to be a massive problem for Mad. Nocturne needs to win this, and he does not. Lilia is huge, and Hoof is angry. His namesake is putting him in a casket, and Cassante going under tower here for the Ornn. It's just too much of a wallet diff, I think, for the Ornn there, and they're going to pick up the Drake, and they're going to stop this stacking. And what a sequence for Vortex. They won top, they won bot, and they've won in the objective department as well. The gold lead is growing, and Mad have some problems that they need to figure out here.
And that fight on the bot lane was very interesting. It went just as I said that it needed to happen. The Leona takes the hook, and then you just engage on that ADC. Thresh falls, I'm pretty sure the Jinx got baited by her Q passive as she just switched against the Lilia to the minigun. It's a very normal thing that people do. That you still want to do the team fight with that cannon. You need to have that range away just in case they start focusing so you can at least do a little bit more damage before you fall.
Yeah, it's different. I tell you what, this Lilia, Neil is just turning up right when you need him most. When you need that friend, he's just turning up and being a problem. And now you've got some issues. You've got some things you need to solve on Mad, right? You've got a Cassante. It's going to take some stopping. You've got a Jinx. So you've got a Lilia that is 7-0. And I don't know how everyone else's experience has gone with the Fed Lilia, but mine have never gone well. She just prances around, giggles at me while I cry into the mic. So I'm not sure how Mad are going to solve it, but there's a problem that can be solved. They're definitely not out of it, though. Like, I know the gold lead seems crazy. I see it. But all it takes is one fight. It just takes one fight, right? The Jinx is going to get items. And you can see he's going for the IE. It's a massive spike, right? Getting the Runans is quick work. It's not tons and tons of gold. Like, once you get the Yun out of the way and you get the IE out of the way, your build gets a little bit cheaper for maybe 1 or 2 items, and then obviously goes back up when you're looking at Lord Doms and stuff. The problem is, are Mad ever going to get that Dream 5v5? That's the problem. As Mad, you're fishing, you're hoping. But our Vortex going to give him that fight.
I think right now what they need to do is focus on that Cassante. He keeps pushing all the way into the tier 3, and there's no punishment coming from Mad. It's a 200 gold shutdown too.
It is. And do you know what? I just don't know if Nocturne's confident. I don't know if Nocturne's confident enough that they're going to be able to go. Is Vortex can dive here. They're just giving it up. Nice feet from the Leona. I like that. And they'll move inside. Yeah, so we'll see what they do. I've played a couple of Nocturne games. I'm no means an expert in it, but I know he does not want to be ulting champions like Cassante. And Cassante's got the Maud problem, right? Whenever you get Maud, what can Maud do? He can turn it into a 1v1, and that's exactly what Cassante can do. Right? He's next to walls. But here we're going to go. We're going to see what he's going to do now. And that was my concern. He's going to make it into a 1v1. He's going to try to walk away. But the Nocturne is sticking around. Jinx is here now. It's a 3v1. They've got to pick it up. They need Jinx to get this kill if they can. And it goes to the Leona. It's one of those things that just happens. But in trade, the Atakan is going to go down to Vortex. Like you said, they needed to pick up a kill. And they had to go for Cassante. They're not ready for this 5v5. They need to buy themselves more time. And dealing with the Cassante, getting the gold off him. Yes, it's on Leona. Probably not the person you want it on. But now one can breathe.
We are also seeing that Malzahar pick coming into fruition. That Orianna didn't have as much impact in the early game as she would have against an Ahri or an Akali or even the TF, which is starting to be picked up a lot in pro play. Mm-hmm. It's just that answer just stopped completely that combo in the early game, that agency that you would have with those two characters together. So now, if you are playing as Mad, what would you do here? What would be your main call? Do you want?
I think for me, you've got to try to settle the game down. Like, you still have really good tools here, right? Lilia is ahead, but she's not unkillable, right? It's not as if you're running into a Mundo, you know what I mean, who's just going to tank 5 members of your team. If you can get Lilia in a Nocturne Ori combo and follow up with some damage, maybe you can get to her. The issue they're going to have is she's got multiple items, and one of those items is a fully stacked Dark Steel, and the other one is a Leandri's, right? Zonya's. So killing her is tough, but not impossible. I know people will be like, maybe you shouldn't go for her, maybe you should go for someone else. But if you don't get this Lilia, she is going to destroy you. As they go into the Baron, this might be a window, but I think with the Ori and bot lane, they're probably going to have to let this go. Nocturne needs to just get the Drake. get to soul point, and then you've got some kind of win con. We haven't talked about the dragons a lot. Obviously, it's Cloud Drake. I don't think this is the game changer, though.
No, definitely not. It's good to deny that.
Jinx in a bit of bother here. Lydia's going to 1-2 punch. Nocturne's come back off the Drake. Jinx is still healthy. Jinx can still fight. Are they just going to walk away here as MF drops ult? They are. There are some ults down there for Vortex, but I don't think there's enough for Mad to want to go back in. Jinx had to flash. Unfortunate there, because Lydia has to make a decision. Obviously, do you go for the Drake or do you save your ADC? I'll let the chat decide if they think that was the right decision to come off the Drake. Me personally, I would have rather the objective.
I do think it's better to come out and go back. It's just taking the pill away, the aggro away from that, and just help your ADC. Which they still win this because of it, right? And if you're taking the aggro away, you're already showing to the adversaries, at least to Mad, that you're ready to take this fight, and they have the decision of, do you really want to fight this, or do you just want to give it away? And that's what they did. They just decided to run away, give it, and try to stack at least what they can. I am very curious about what's happening in terms of comms on Mad's side, as this is very difficult for them, but it's still doable.
I reckon the comms will be, just turtle up. We've got a Jinx. She's already at 2 items. She will get to 3. She's nearly there. She's already got the Zeal. She's already got the Slingshot. 850 gold is all she needs to get the Runans. And once she has that, she is a problem, right? Like, this is what we've all said. We've said that the Jinx was always there. Jinx is always the plan B. The plan B is healthy. The plan B is there. The only problem is at the moment is Lydia's to go. Oh, they're going to get on the tower. She's already dropped Zonya's. The tower is down. Nocturne's dropped out. And this is what I said that could happen. The Lydia is not impossible to kill. That's a massive shutdown going over to Mad. I'm not sure who picked it up. Is MF drops. Oh, they are running away here, Vortex. They don't want any of that smoke. Actually, I like Casante's come from the flank, and Nocturne's now in trouble. He needs to get away from that Casante, but I don't think he's going to let him as they turn back into the middle of the park here. And now MF is walking up. MF is being brave. Fresh is flashing forward, and Ornn is in trouble. MF is just going to keep popping off those shots. Can he get away? No, he cannot. Malzahar will finish him off. All of those million mastery points coming together, as we can see. The Casante flank, I thought he could do more there. I really, really did. MF is going to try to pick up a Nocturne kill here. She is going to hurt if she auto-attacks him, but she doesn't want to go under the tower. And what was a really, really good fight for Mad kind of feels a little bit lukewarm here as they get punished on the way out. However, Lilia, they got her. I don't know who picked up the kill, but it's gold going over to Mad. The gold diff is still around 5-6k, but there is life in the Madman at the moment. It's what can they do now with it? Yes, I'm not sure. Okay, Ori got the shutdown gold. Just looking at Oriana's build now, I'm not a mid laner. I'm not going to pretend I'm a mid laner. I feel like she's lacking damage.
She has the damage. The only thing that she is lacking is a little bit of the combo with Nocturne. In that fight, Nocturne was so far away that combo really didn't make much do. It could have been a little bit more dangerous.
Yeah, and that's the skeleton coming in for Mad. As we see, he is starting to give people items. I would love to have seen a Molten Core for a Jinx here. Maybe they made a decision under the pressure here, but I think ADC Jinx here, Molten Core, would have been a big Ornn upgrade. Is Lydia? Yeah, she's been punched in the head, in the face here, but she's still fine. She's still 7-1. She's got a death cap now. That is going to be painful. No one wants to go near the prancing pony here, I tell you, because they are going to feel it. As they get money for Drake, can Mad get some vision down? They need to sort of push into their own jungle here.
They also need some level 9.
Yeah, they can't see anything. As you can see on our map, Mad are blind here. They're on the wrong side. They need to get over, unless they're completely happy giving this over. I believe it's not. It's obviously Vortex have got some way to go to get to Soul, but I wouldn't want to give anything over for free.
You definitely want to fight a little bit. You have TP on the Oriana, so pushing with the Oriana is completely fine. I just need...
Oh, flash hook on the Nocturne. They could be in a bit of bother here. Can they get out of it? They're going to want to run. Lilia flashing. Oh, and this is going to hurt. I don't care if there's an all-ult coming in. MF is going to pop off, and they're in bother here. MadMen need to walk away. Jinx, don't be brave. Just leave it. Just walk away. You're not going to win this fight. Just go back and clear the wave. That's perfectly fine. And that is such a tough fight for Mad to have to take. They want to go into the jungle. They want to contest, and we want them to contest. When you don't have the vision, you don't have pinks, you don't have blue trinkets to go down, you're walking in, and every single time you go past the bush, you just don't know what you're going to find. And they tell you what they find a Thresh who's more than happy to chuck out a hook.
And it's very interesting that they took that fight and kind of greedied for that fight with no vision. That's what punished them mostly. Trying to kill that Thresh, that very, very tanky Thresh.
Mm-hmm. The Thresh isn't messing around. He knows what his job is. It's to stand in front of MF.
100%. He just has to look sexy and very diveable. And that's exactly what he's doing.
The next objective is going to be Baron. Obviously, I don't think Mad are ever going to be in a position to take it. What they need to do is just keep vision on it. They don't want a repeat of what's just happened. Obviously, Lilia won't have flash for this. Cassante died. I completely missed that.
He died on mid lane, on that tower.
Ah, there we go. My bad.
1v4?
1v4. Tried to dive the Jinx and failed. There we go. I suppose when you're ahead, you're feeling yourself, you're going to do things like trying to dive an ADC under a tier 3 tower. Do not recommend. And if you look here, Mad have no idea that this is about to go down. They're just going to have to go in blind. They're going to have to be so scared. They've been burnt once. They need to just go in as a group of 5 if they're going to go in at all. Malzahar are going to play bodyguard here.
It's too dangerous to go in a group of 5. You really need those level 9 wards or that Jinx rocket.
Yeah, they're not sure. That they know it's going. They know something's up. They just don't know where everyone is. As Thresh is now bodyguarding, MF is helping the Lilia with the Baron. They're going to get it, and they need to get out of here. Mad do not want to be here. There's nothing to fight for. All they're going to do is either lose or throw this game. They just need to walk away, fight under these towers. That's your best bet here, Mad. Best bet is underneath these towers. Try make it a 6v5. Try make something else happen. You've got a lovely go button, and Ornn loves to just ult down mid. But this gold lead is growing. The wallet is getting thick.
And that's the thing. Yes, Ornn can be dangerous, but that Liandry's with a death cap is just going to burn him faster and faster.
He's already lost nearly half his HP. Lilia just keeps going bowling ball after bowling ball. If you saw earlier, she had like a chance to do a 4-man ult. She just didn't do it. Vortex are happy to play the long game. They're happy to poke. This Lilia is got mana 4 days. Right? They've not even backed after this Baron here.
And the gold lead just keeps going up and up. 9,000, almost 10,000. Very close to it.
Leona needs to back. And Cassani's just walked around the corner and just unleashing absolute havoc. And this is the problem. Vortex got ahead, and Mad never ever got a chance to set up, never ever got a chance to press those R's. And Vortex have just picked it up and walked all over. Lilia, what a game. His Nocturne's going in. He's trying to save this game. He just can't. And they never ever got this wombo combo going. They never ever got this wombo combo off. His Vortex walks away 1-0. Feels a little bit sad. We didn't get that team fight we were longing for at the start.
But we do see that deficit on bans that ended up kind of a shot in the foot. They couldn't ban the most dangerous individuals in this game. The Cassante goes through, the Malzahar goes through. That Lilia just rampaging everywhere. Even in damage is...
There was only one way that Vortex was going to win this game. Someone had to get ahead. Someone had to get fed early, and Lilia obliged. What a pop-off game there. Neil obviously got the early 3 kills and just never looked back. 7-0, pretty much midway through the game. Sante was huge. I think the CS deficit was 20, 30 CS at one point. And Ornn's not a greedy champion by any means, but he needs to be somewhere closer to Cassante. And the beauty is, with normal draft, is all these picks are still on the table. Mad have got a Rubik's Cube. Mad have got to solve it. They can't use the bands to solve it, so they're going to have to use the brains. They're going to have to use draft. This was a really close game until it wasn't.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of want to see a Poppy next game.
Need to see something. I don't know what's going to do it for them. Yeah, but we'll take 5 minutes. We'll let everyone just dust themselves off, and then we'll be back when everyone's ready to go back into draft.
Amen.
The era of metal has begun.
Hello and welcome back to this MadMen stream of Div 4. Game didn't go to plan. Mad, we felt, had a massive draft diff. However, Neil picked up 3 kills early on, ran the game from there, and obviously Cassante was running amok in the top lane. And Mad never really got that chance, that moment to pull the trigger, that moment to basically enforce their presence. Really interesting to see how Mad bounce back here, because obviously they haven't got the three bans.
And there was a lot of disconnection. I mean, we have a Wolfman that's not playing in his lane, and even Matt is not playing in his actual lane. So it's not only that they didn't have the chance; they don't really have the resources that one would have on those areas. Maybe the knowledge or even the mechanical capabilities on each character, which in one way explains how much this Orange struggled on his early to late, even on that 1v1 against Cassante the entire game, right? And how much the Oriana didn't do what she is meant to in this game, which is just the rotating and the roams, just to help that huge combo with the Nocturne, right? So it does show a lot in terms of those areas. Maybe they had like the correct comms. It's just the micro wasn't there. It's something that we might be able to ask the players later.
Yeah, it was always going to be a challenge, right? Because, like you said, Mad are working with subs. Then subs can be a good thing. Subs can also have challenges as well. You're not going to have that synergy. Like, they picked a duo in Nocturne and Oriana that is a good duo. I don't think anyone can say that they're not. But they require synergy. They require execution. I would like them to keep the same concept and maybe just change the champion. So draft a really strong 2v2. If Malzahar's going to be up, Kess, I'm going to call him Lord. Lord's going to pick it, right? We've already been told by chat he has a bazillion Malzahar points. Yep. If Malzahar is up, he's going to pick Malzahar. So you've got 2 options. You either need to scale and take advantage of Malzahar not really having pressure, or you're going to need enough CC, enough spells to take him down. And I feel like that's something that they need to work on. Obviously, you've got tons of options, even with people not being mains in their role. Maybe an Annie could be something. You can break his shield down quite easily with Annie range, Annie poke, and maybe you can pair it with a Viego if Vortex let it through.
And now that we are going back to drafts, I'm really just seeing the same type of comp for Vortex. If it's not broken, don't fix it, right? But what are we looking for as Mads? That is the ultimate question. Do we want
I think the comp was fine, right? It's just Lilia. Did Lilia think she arrived at the right time? She punished the bot lane. Like you said, the Cassante was a problem. Of course it was. But if your Jinx is where they need to be, if your Nocturne's where it needs to be, then you're not as worried about the Cassante. It's just... I feel like Nocturne wasn't able to get much done on the map because they didn't have many areas for it to go. Like, Jinx wants to scale, Ornn kind of wants to scale, Ori couldn't really threaten the Malzahar enough. And then you've got this Nocturne's kind of just like sitting, like wanting to go
like
in.
a waiting duck, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and you're just not sure what you want to do with it. As we see, Vortex are keeping the same bans most likely. Viego's gone, Zin's gone. Will they ban the Braum? That's what they banned last time. It'd be nice to know. But obviously, yes, the sides are now swapped. But I'm with you. I think Vortex just draft early game. They take advantage of their lane prowess. They know they've got round square pegs in square holes. Everyone plays their role. Everyone knows what they're doing.
And hopefully, Mad can get this win. I really want to see them outshine the first game.
Yeah, obviously I went with Vortex 2-1. I would like to see the 2-1.
Mhm.
With Rel being taken off the table, that's interesting. I don't think Vortex would have banned that, and this time,
They might pick the Braum.
Mad take away the MF. So interested to see how Vortex deal with it. Vortex could go
There you go.
Braum, maybe a Lucian here,
Or an Ash.
or an Ash, yeah.
Or even if they really want to be annoying, you also have Ezreal. There's a lot that they can pick, a lot that they can punish.
Ooh.
Severe. I was not expecting that. Okay. I'm out of words. Wow. So a lot of utility on this bot lane. Instead of being aggression, it's just you have an ulti, you have the barrier of Braum just to make sure that Misfortune doesn't do much.
Maybe
And-
what they've done is they looked at bot lane and went, well, we never had lane pressure. How do we get lane pressure? Severe.
Oh no.
I'm okay with this if I'm Braum. I'm okay with this if I'm Vortex. If not you're Naught, right? Your two targets are Severe with shields or Braum.
I feel like the Nautilus just made it so much more difficult. I feel like maybe a spellcaster would have been better, just to answer a little bit of poke. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
I feel like they've gotten away with the Braum pick here. The blind Braum is the way you normally punish it. Is you go for a mage support or someone who can poke. The Lydia's got through again. I was expecting it to.
I wasn't expecting the Mel just because of how little she can actually utilize at the moment. So they can just counter.
Malzahar surely doesn't get through here.
Mel already did get through, so I don't think Malzahar will be any good.
Oh yeah, they picked them out. Oh, sorry, my brain just took 2 seconds to catch up.
You got it.
Lord, wait, do you know what? I'm going to put my Malzahar on the side. I'm going to take Mel. We're going to chill. Obviously, a shield will react to the bullet time as well.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So Ori Cassante going. I like that from MadMen. They've seen the problem. Like the Cassante was a problem,
and they took the Lily away.
Yeah, and Wolf didn't want to have anything to do. It's MadMen saw Vortex, went, yeah, we can do better. We're going to take the MF off you. We're going to take the Lilia off you, and we're going to do better. That's what we're going to do.
Now, the question is, what type of top lane do you want to ban the Cassante? Do you want to go 1,000 years and just pick the Ambissa to help that front line? Because it just will make that Mel vanish. Mel has a really, really weak early game. She needs items. So she will always be punished. Jarvan being over.
It's whether or not you're confident enough, right? Like, what does Wolfman want to play here? As we see,
I think Poppy. Generally, I said Poppy before. I'm still going with Poppy.
The Poppy prior is going up because you've got the Jarvan here. Obviously, you can just make him a relevant champion if you go there. Ooh, Cho'Gath. I like it. I like the Cho'Gath. It's got good wave clear. It's got really good survivability. He can just stay in the lane. He can just stay in the wave. Yeah, I like this Cho. I like this Cho pick. I'm interested now to see how they finish this off.
They literally
mid. And yes, that's what you need to do. Push. That's fine. That's fine with that. All they want is they're going to have pure lane dominance. That's what this is. We're going to dominate you in lane. We're going to get objectives. We're going to rotate. I like it. Well, what are you going to do top? You've got the Cho'Gath there. Are you going to fight it? You're going to try kill it? Or are you going to match?
Mundo would be really nice.
Mundo.
Maybe a Fiora, if you really want to just... Oh, no, not
Gwen.
Oh, no.
Scissor Sisters was still open. But I think... do you know what? Going into Gwen is never fun.
Nope.
It's
an annoying champion, 100%.
It super is, but you know what? If I was going to give any tank a chance, I'd probably give Cho a chance. And I might be fully on board the Copium tank there, but I'm going to go for it. I'm going to back the Cho. Cho's going to walk up. He's going to queue. He's going to chomp. He's going to eat.
Wow, such a character development from you. From Vortex to MadMen, and there's me saying no. Vortex won this in terms of draft. It's such a hard thing to play against.
Yeah.
Look at me getting it wrong again.
No,
First,
I'm with you. Look at the win cons that Vortex have.
super hard engage. You have a lot of DPS. The Mel is going to be weak, but they already made the Gwen pick, so the Mel is actually just going to be there as a smolder, basically, just to get those executes off in the late game. You have a Jarvan to counter the complete annoyance of that misfortune. Even the Anivia is going to struggle against that Jarvan, even though she can interrupt him. So it's going to be hard. It's definitely not a easy game again. But in terms of even early game, they have so much agency in terms of junglers that they should be at least matched in terms of clearances. And if the Jarvan actually wants to be annoying, he will just not even gank at level 3, he'll gank at level 2, get some flashes, and put his carries in such a defensive position.
Yeah, I'm worried how Wolf is going to do into this Gwen.
He's going to struggle.
Yeah,
like
it's a
everyone.
difficult matchup. It's a difficult matchup for people who are established in top, let alone people who are doing a sub appearance in top. And I don't know who deals with her if she gets out of pocket. All right, if she starts to pop off, I don't think anyone's equipped to deal with her at all in the side of MadMen. Your best bet is that Anivia can just keep her away from towers.
I don't think even Anivia because of Gwen's W.
And that's the point, right? Who's getting into her face? Who's gonna stop her from walking forward if she gets ahead? I'm not too sure. Like it's like the comps have swapped problems, right? Like Vortex's comp is multi-layered, but also pretty simple, right? They want to go in off Jarvan, and they want to punish whoever Jarvan captures, and they want Gwen to be an absolute menace in the side lane. With MadMen, you kind of want to catch them with a Nautilus or with a Cho'Gath or with a Lilia and let MF then pop off.
100%.
So, interesting that the guys have kind of swapped over in terms of drafts, but are you favouring the Vortex comp here?
I mean, if that Gwen gets the lead, yes, 100%. That Gwen is the only thing you should be trying to put behind in terms of Matt. That Gwen will counter most of the things you can throw at her. She will counter everything you can throw at her. The only character that can actually just get near her is that Lilia, but in the moment she's close, it means you're already too close, right? You have that ulti that slows you down. You have the scissors that will just burst you and give her extra health. It's such a hard champ to play against, and a hard champ to play as, because you really need to know those timers correctly. So, fingers crossed, basically.
Yeah, I do think the jungler is going to have more of a, well, I say more of a say, obviously. Neil had a massive part to play in game one, but obviously early on it was pretty sort of timid. Like no one really wanted to go in, and then obviously eventually they did press a button and Vortex took advantage. But I feel like this time, like the junglers might get a little bit more early on. I think once again, when people get those sixes, it's going to be really interesting. We've loaded straight into a pause. Sure we'll get told what that is, but obviously it's a big game. This like MadMen's
100%.
split could end here, right? Like MadMen are a game away from elimination right now. Like both of these teams are tied in fourth. Both teams need a win for playoffs. It doesn't get more nervous for people than it will now. For a lot of these guys on MadMen, a lot of them are new to League and new to this kind of environment. You know what I mean?
Exactly how they need to be introduced. It's no kindness, just here you have it. This is League of Legends. You get slapped, you get smacked, and you're not gonna like it, but you're gonna get addicted to it.
Solo queue, never leave. And regardless of what happens, right? It's a, like you said, it's a good experience, right?
It's 100%.
For people who haven't had this before, and obviously, no matter what level you're competing at, be it gold, silver, bronze, diamond, GM, whatever, these moments feel nerve-wracking. They always have done. They always will do for most people.
Mhm.
And when you're growing into the game, you're always a little bit worried. You know what I mean? You don't want to be that guy. No one wants to be the guy that costs the team. So I hope from like MadMen's perspective, they're just brave. Just let it all hang out. Just put it out there. You know what I mean? Don't be a player that you didn't try and make the game-winning play because you were worried.
Yeah, and even then, it's I speak it from experience. I find this just spectating so much more nerve-wracking as like a coach or even an analyst, right? Because it's your lads that are playing those games, and you want them to win. You want them to be ahead, right? And if you're drafting, it's even more pressure on your shoulders. So if they have someone drafting for them, he's probably just scared as all hells.
I really hope that Wolfman is not going to go the lazy way. Because if he does, Gwed is going to snip. And that is not a good way to start your lane. And oh, yeah, there we go. And that's what's going to kick this off. Maybe they just walk away. Hopefully they walk away. Yes. No shenanigans at level 1. Just 5-point defensive stances.
Mm-hmm.
I think Vortex got a warden. I think they've then got cleared. And let's see where the junglers are going to go. Jarvan's going from bot to top. Lydia's going to go from top to bot. I don't think there's anything untoward going on with the clears. Nice standard setup as we get into it.
Yep.
Let's speak about this bot lane. As we're trading already, Braun's going to get some damage down onto Nautilus. I don't think anything more is going to happen as this posturing for this level 2. Same's probably going to happen top. And this is where like the survivability of the Cho'Gath, yeah, he's going to keep healing up. Like that's what's going to be fine. But with MF into Severe, obviously MF has a lot of that early damage, but Severe has a lot of that early wave clear.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to see if they're going to utilize that and going to stand on that wave clear. Is Cho's already getting pushed out by this Gwen, and she's propped. Oh, and
oh, this can go so wrong for the.
And this is what's the Nautilus has got. He's got 2 bad picks really. He's either going into Braum and he's getting that Q passive, or Severe can just do what she just did there and shield, and then Braum can hit them with the counter engage. It feels rough. This bot lane already feels rough. Top lane already feels a little bit rough.
At least just the captain skin, because I captain my captain going down with the ship. It's definitely going to be rough on that bot lane, but we already were expecting this. Now, the thing that I didn't expect is Cho'Gath going so even against that creature. That makes Cho'Gath being such a innocent little boy.
Well, the good thing for Cho'Gath is that passive. That passive is going to buy him so much room, right? Room for him to make mistakes, room for him to take bad trades. What he doesn't want to do is let Gwen stack up that Conqueror and then auto-attack him. Like, because it doesn't matter how much healing cut you got. Is Jarvan's looking? Is he fishing? Nah, he's going to go for Crab. He'll take the Crab, he'll walk away. What you don't want to do is soak up so much pressure. Lydia is going to float around here. Vortex are very, very high. This should be first blood. Are they going to sell for the Braum? Are they going to try and get 2 birds, 1 stone here as Lilia is hitting away? And there goes the Braum. It's a Lilia diff again. 1-0 to the Lilia and his namesake, Lilia. I'm going to say that as much as I possibly can. Mr. Hoof, well played. Really nice little robe. And that's exactly what MadMen would have wanted.
And
that's Cho'Gath here. What? Maybe threatening on the tower. Sorry to cut you off. They're looking at something here. Is he going to dive? I don't think he can. He's going to let him farm.
And I'm just saying, news report just came in. It's raining lilies everywhere. Be afraid. But yeah, as you just said, they were too far pushed in. Lilia just saw their misposition and punished them. No wards. Also, they were so shoved in without any vision. It's so dangerous, and that Lilia just punished.
But that's
So
the
correct.
difference, right? That's the difference with you're never going to get that roam at a higher elo game, right? If you're playing at plat, diamond, the bush is warded, right? But in these low elo games, players are going to make those kind of mistakes, and it's okay. We've all made them, and we will continue to make them. But you are going to make mistakes, and you are going to be able to take advantage of them, and that's what Mad have done. Lydia's is a kill up. Jarvan got nothing done on the top side when I think he probably could have done. And then we're going to go back to normal. Severe's just going to push this MF in. MF cannot match that push.
I honestly generally would love to agree in terms of that ward, and higher elo players won't do it, or even like pros and that stuff. I've seen it so many times.
You know what? You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Players that are in masters that do the same issues and things like that. Even an ADC being left in lane and just pushing the hell out of his lane without any prio. It's so common.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's severe players. You just want to push the wave, don't you? You immediately want the Q and W. I'm not expecting anything to happen here. I'm expecting Cho'Gath just to walk away, get some damage down. Gwen drops the ult, but I just can't see her breaking down Cho'Gath at this point. Not about first item anyway, at least minimum.
Especially with a recurved bow as first item, she doesn't have damage to do what she's trying to do.
Yeah, it's going to need a hell of a lot more APs. I think something's happening in the bot side of this jungle here. Jarvan's found Lilia. Lilia is not enjoying this at all. Maybe Jarvan's going to commit here, but the bot lane of Mad are coming over. And Vortex don't want it. I like that trade, though. Vortex being brave.
Very brave. On the wrong side of the neighborhood, apparently. It's just... Have you seen Severe? Severe is building correctly, by the way. Knows that she's a little bit behind. She's farming better. She went cold right after. Ooh, such a good spell shield. Now into the punish.
Yeah, we all know about the Sivir win means. Obviously, you get 300 CS and you win game. Obviously, with Cole, you can take about 50 off that. As their trading's going on a bit longer than they thought it would do here. MF is going to hurt, but Sivir should win this. He's got the Braum in front of him. That passive is going to keep up hitting off this. Nautilus brings the hammer down. Braum's just going to keep punching Nautilus, and maybe he just walks away here. His hook should be up in a second. There's nothing worse. And Jarvan picked up the Drake there, get the stacking going for Mad. There is nothing worse, by the way, as an ADC player, watching a support just walk up to you and bonking you, by the way. It hurts me, it gives me PTSD, and it's not okay. Right, please fix.
I'm going to make sure the next game I'll allow that.
That's my TED Talk. That is my TED Talk. Stop supports right-clicking me, please.
So it's a very interesting engage. I do think the Braum was a little bit AFK. He should have instantly...
Where's the trouble here? Trump is up. Oh, doesn't want it. I'm so... Please do flash it on the tower. We want it. We want it. Ooh.
No one saw that. No one saw that. No one saw
He
that.
nommed the Gwen. So close, but Wolf is having far more success in this top lane than we thought he would have. I think there's just got a little bit excited. Just popped that out just a second too quickly there. But Peaks is in a bit of bother. He's not having it all his own way.
Oh no. This game is just a oh no. It's a bit of a fiesta. Oh, Braum?
I know, I like it though. Severe can just get some damage off here pretty free. No Nautilus hook means that she's pretty safe. There's consistently trading here, as we already know. Lily has taken the grubs on the top side. Jarvan didn't even look. Wants nothing to do with that, and I don't really blame him because clear is ridiculous when it comes to that objective. This bot lane's super interesting.
It does look like the exact opposite of the last game, but with the same character. Being the one that is in the lead. This 300 gold in the lead. All of those kills, of course. Or I'm pretty sure it would be a little bit more uneven because of that call item. And Sivir wouldn't have died. But the only thing that I like in terms of Mad, at least they carry as a kill. That Nautilus getting that kill on the Severe, I think it was godlike. But I'll always vouch for my supports, not gonna lie.
I think the problem that Mad are going to have, though, is getting past his Braum, right? Right now is not much of a problem, but you can already see how brave he is into this Nautilus. Nautilus does not have a good time going into Braum, in my experience. And Severe is just going to keep going, keep farming. She's already got the BF. As Nautilus just hooks on, flashes, goes in straight away. Lily is already here. MF is blowing ult straight away. And Jarvan's here as well. We've got an absolute fiesta in the bot lane. As Jarvan drops an ult on MF, she hits the flash. Severe's still popping off, free farming. Braum is dropping incredibly low. He's gone. And so are Vortex. Needs to get out of here as quickly as possible. It's a bot lane of Mad. It's a Lilia diff. She's always here. She's always right on time. I don't know how they're going to deal with her if she keeps picking up these kills. Like you said just a second ago, Corey, we have got the same exact thing happening just on the different other side of the rift.
And it's... Go on. So,
this is solo Polo topside. He's gonna go. It's 1 for 1. Oh my god, it's going mad everywhere. Peace going straight onto the Cho'Gath, dropping loads of snips, and Cho'Gath stays down.
And the wave is pushing. Oh,
that's a feels bad moment, but all she needed was that blasting one. Did she's already too much for the Cho'Gath? What a game. What an absolute awesome start so far as we're back at it again in bot lane. Nautilus drops the hook. Braum is walking away, but Lily is already here, but she misses the bowling ball. Oh, it feels bad.
So before this play happened, right, on the bot lane, the play before, what's been happening is the supports keep just engaging at the same time on the opposite ADC. They know what they have to do. I think Braum just needs to be...
straight away with the Nautilus hook. They're going to go back in again. They will not let you finish off a point here, Corey. His MF is just popping off the right click. Braum is going to sacrifice himself, surely. Doesn't want to go near Severe here. And MF picks up her first kill of the game. She's 1-1-4. She is going the right direction here and starting to gain a little bit of a lead on Severe.
I'm starting to understand that I'm not allowed to give my views on this game every single time. Let me.
There's something going on with the top. It's here. Cho'Gath's in a bit of bother. He should just go down, donated to the Gwen. And I think Wolf is going to be in a bit of trouble now. This Gwen is online. This Gwen is going to start popping off as we see Mad taking this straight. My advice, stay away from top. Wolfman's a big boy. He's got this. He will hold on for as long as he can.
I think that last play was... You know what? I won't speak. My bad. I am sorry.
I think you're going to get away with it. Mad just want to... They look like they just want to walk away. Yeah, they want no part of it. You're safe. You're safe. As we get a TP top, I don't think Gwen's going to want to stay around either. Oh, we're going to... Not even popping off MFL drop. Sivir looks like she's already going down. Lily's already getting her. Braum's going to soon follow. And Mad are looking strong. Mad don't want to lose this game.
I'm not crying, you're crying. I just wanted to do my job, man.
Gotta be quick.
First play on top lane, right? The Jarvan definitely heard me say, it's starting to do my monologue. And engaged. Great gank. Everything was actually textbook perfect. And on that bot lane, we didn't really see much of the engage, but Braum uses his ulti trying to get the hell away from there. And it's just such a damage diff on that bot lane already. The Lily appears to finish everything off. It's starting to look like it's always a Lily diff.
Wolf, you don't want that trade. You don't want that trade. You just want to get in, get out, get in, get out. It feels rough every time we come to this top side. Wolf was doing okay in the early exchanges, and then obviously Gwen got a couple of AP items. Obviously, we saw the recurve bow early on, and it wasn't having the effect. But I tell you what, ever since she's got this blasting wand, she is starting to do some serious damage to Wolf. He's going to need some MR. He's going to need some items. He's not incredibly behind. He's obviously he's an item behind, and it kind of sucks. But he's not completely out of this top lane yet. It's just a bit of a champion diff, I feel like.
Shelly's in 1 minute and 40 seconds. We are not seeing the supports rotating at the moment. They should be starting to look at that Shelly, especially on Vortex's side.
Oh, they're going to try to catch this Lilia. I think she just gets away. No, she does not. Jarvan says, you shall not pass. And Gwen's going to pick up another kill. Vortex knows who they need to feed. They need to feed the Gwen. And they're going to go, come get me. This Gwen is looking to 2v1 or 3v1. She's going to run straight back down here. Mel's going to collapse onto this Anivia. You should not be here, friend. You are going to get turned to an egg and you are going to get roasted. You're not having anything to do with that. And that is my blue buff.
They could just turn to Shelly. Did he smite the blue buff?
Say that he did, yeah.
Oh.
Look,
You know
maybe
what?
it's just he's just marking his territory, right? They're gonna have no contest, right? There's no way that Mad can come and contest them. So
That is fair.
chuck a smite down. I'm gonna give you 20 seconds to try get off your point before these guys try fighting again.
I don't even remember what point I was making.
It's been so long. It's been 1,000 years since you've tried to speak. It's okay. We'll move on. We'll keep it going. I'm interested. They need to breathe, right? Vortex need to let this bot lane breathe. I think Mad needs to do the opposite. They need to turn up the pace of this game. As we're fighting in topside, Wolfman's in a whole heap of trouble, and Gwen is snipping. And here comes the Nautilus. She's found the Braum. MF has got a lot more damage now. They're not too scared about going into him. Severe is running for her life, and she goes down. Mad popping off in the bot lane. Braum wants nothing to do with that.
I mean, bot lane just played perfectly. Played around their cooldowns and just got that kill.
just completely running through the Lilia. Maybe they can turn here. Oh, they don't want to.
Is she going to stop the recall? Oh?
I think she fights.
Oh no. Who wins?
If she got the ult, she can drop it. Yeah, Gwen's in a bit of bother here. She's getting collapsed on, and Nivea's coming, and that's a massive bit of shutdown goal for Lilia. Questionable backs there. Questionable backs. I think Jarvan has to stay. You have to get out Gwen. You have to get your win condition out.
They got a little bit too cocky and got instantly punished.
Yeah,
But
the Rift Tower was questionable.
It's still very tight in terms of gold. It's almost 1,000.
It's weird, right? It feels like Gwen is so far ahead top. It feels like MF is so far ahead bot lane. And they're cancelling each other out.
Yeah, it's actually quite insane. It's a banger of a game.
Would you prefer the Fed Gwen or the Fed MF?
The Fed Gwen.
Yes, I need to. Braum's been a bit brave here. I'm not sure if you should be that brave. You're going to get a lot of damage coming down here. I think that's just a bit of a misplay. You've got to put a bit more respect onto this mid laner. And Nivea might not have loads of kills, but she's pretty farmed. She's already got that grower.
What Braum did was what they call the sacrificial lamb. They are struggling, so they int a little bit, give that false hope. And then when they least expect, they strike even harder.
Vortex have just got to play around this Gwen. They've got to try to slow the rest of the lanes down. We've all experienced over the last 2 or 3 months a game where Gwen's just completely taken over. Cho's now going into this Mel should have a bit more luck going into the Mel, I'd like to think. I don't know how I'd feel about Nivea going into Gwen, though. As we're not going to get Nivea v Gwen because Lilia is already on her way down. Feeling comfortable after that last 1v1. I'd be a little bit less confident here. Gwen is more than able to 2v1 here. She's definitely going to give it a try. So close. One more snip, and Nivea was brown bread, but they get it done on the bot lane. Gwen's lead, not enough. Gwen's execution, not enough. MadMen take a little bit more of a lead. The gold lead now 3k. Slowly but surely, they are winning this game.
2-1, 2-1, 2-1. I cannot expect that. I can't expect it anymore. I can't take it. Tell me it's going to be a 2-1.
Look, if they can keep, if Lilia can keep on top of this Gwen, I see no reason not to. But the one thing we do have to respect, MF can be ahead as she wants to. If Severe gets to 3, 4, 5 items, she's going to act, right? She just
100%.
goes into there, she drops the Q, she drops the W, and next thing you know, there's a bazillion boomerangs, there's pizza all over the shop, and people just start dying.
I think this MF, at least the MF heard you in terms of don't build Bloodthirster first.
Yeah, I get why people do it. I do get why people do it.
Because they are not as big brain as you. Just saying, bro.
I get why people do it. I think it's really good for sustainability and keeping yourself up. As we see Lilia putting a little bit of poke damage down, surely you're not going to commit too much, but Gwen's going to look here. If they can get the Lilia, it's a bit of a shutdown on Lilia. This is big if they catch her out. Nautilus, though, doing his best to keep him up, and Nivea dropping tons of damage down, and they just cannot find a win here, Vortex, as Braum runs away with his shield between his legs, and it's going to drop an ult all over his face. And MadMen are very, very happy with how this game is going. The Gwen might be ahead, but she can't get the footing. This isn't the Cassante like it was last game, right? He hasn't got 5 bazillion bits of health and armor. Gwen is still squishy, and Lilia is 6-1.
I mean, it's exactly the same that we saw the last game, but the roles changed. It changed really hard.
Sorry, go on.
No, you first.
I was going to say, like, if Vortex lose this game, right, and you're Peace, you're not going to be happy. You've smashed your top lane, you've gotten ahead, and then the rest of the map is in flames. How do you reset yourself from that? Because right, we've all been there as players. You're massively ahead. You look at the map, and the rest of the map's on fire, and you're just like, okay, cool.
Right,
What
but it's
does he
not
do?
that much on fire, right? So you just need to ward around, get some vision, and see when they are in a position that they shouldn't be, like warding the river without a push.
Jarvan looking to go here, though. Hold on, here we go. MF's in a load of trouble here. Severe needs to get this kill, but MF is already on the way out. Jarvan's trying to flash forward, trying to get the damage down. They do get it down, but here is the Lilia popping off with tons of damage. Severe's dead, I don't care. And Braum's trying to protect the Jarvan. It's not going to be enough. Jarvan just needs to get out. This Lilia is a beast, and no one can handle her right now. Mad are absolutely stomping every time that she arrives. It was a great initial play by the Jarvan, but they couldn't get it done.
I mean, it was a good play until it wasn't. It was really well seen by the Lilia just to reply instantly. I think it was a really nice play, trying to get that ADC, but it's the same thing that I said before. You don't have the vision. You don't have the resources that you need to be that aggressive. So it's really up to, do we know where the Lilia is? Is it safe for us to engage here? Can we collapse on them? And they just got punished without knowing where Lily is. I thought there was going to be a fight here. I would love to see a very tanky Cho'Gath against.
I want to see what's going to happen here, because they're looking like they're going to fight over this Drake. I'm surprised they've moved the Gwen up to the Cho'Gath, because obviously Gwen was having tons of success in the Cho'Gath, and then they moved her out of it. I'm not sure if that was the right call, because now Cho'Gath has farmed up a Storm and is going back in. Nautilus is going to force this onto the Jarvan, though. They're in a bit of bother in this jungle as Jarvan looks too well. MF's going to get a free ult. Mel needs to stop this, but she can't. And Nivea is also here, not dropping down another hook. Severe's popping off untouched in the back line. She's going to get those W stacks off. Lilia is down. This is looking like a 1-5 for Vortex. Can they get it done? TP in from Gwen on the backside, and Nivea in trouble. She's in egg form. She's going to go down. Mel needs to kill this Nautilus before the Severe goes down. He's popping off. Unfortunately, they can't. It's just a TP diff. It's Gwen comes from the backside. Vortex take the fight, and they have squared this up. That gold lead has dissipated completely.
And they played completely correctly. They waited for their opportunity. Lilia was completely offside. She was trying to go for the flank. They find her in the flank, jump on top of her. She does try to hourglass, but there's a Braum with his shield, and it just defends the entirety of Jarvan's HP bar. It goes to Severe appearing also on a little bit of a flank, going with the damage. TP from the Gwen, which as our amazing Mistos, the observer, was telling us she's going with Void Staff right now, which does not really make much sense because her ulti does true damage. But I guess the Q doesn't, and to what he's cooking, I don't know, because I don't play top lane that much. I don't play Gwen. I do play top lane. Too. I played everything. I have issues. But we don't talk about my issues right now. We talk about the issues in the game currently. And there's just a lot of agency on that top lane by the Cho'Gath.
They've been really aggressive here, though. They're posturing like they really, really want to go in. And I'm not sure if they want to really take this fight. Gwen is there. Build aside, it's still big, right? Severe is there with a tower just to pop off here. Braum with a bit of bother. Can he get his ult off? No, he can't. MF's just going to ult him. And Man are just enforcing themselves, imposing themselves on this top side. Maybe they want to return and go for a Baron. It feels like a lot of resources, a lot of time invested just for the one kill. Surely they want the Baron here.
And it is very interesting that they were putting so many resources on that tower. And Jarvan just decides to recall far away. So there's really nothing.
He's giving it. Yeah, it's gone. It's absolutely gone. Like, and I can only assume that Vortex knew it was happening. Like, because why else would Mad rush 5 top? There's no other reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
And considering like the fight the Vortex just had, I can't help but feel that was a bit free.
Oh, sorry. I had a hiccup. It's also very interesting how this game is going. It's very like going for whoever you can kill instantly to objective. Flip the Baron. The Jarvan could have been a little bit more reactant to it and just deny the flip. And now the only thing that one side, Mad, wants to do is push towers, get as much pressure as possible, while the red side wants to slow it down, see when the objectives are coming, and it's 2 minutes for this Drake, which is the X deck. And is it Soul? No, it's. I can't
No,
see.
it's not Soul Point yet. No.
Alright, cool. 2 Drakes.
Yeah, it's a tough one, right? Because this Gwen was popping off into the Cho, then they rotated out. Cho's just tanking tower shots here. I don't know if that's the one. That's exactly how I thought it was going to go. Maybe a bit of boss inspired strategy there. What they need to do, I think, Vortex, is either keep the Gwen going into Cho'Gath. Don't have to overthink things. Sometimes just keep the matchup into the matchup and go from there. Is North's going to take a hook? I'm not sure if that's the one you wanted. MF ult's going to go straight down here, but there is a massive Braum shield to meet it. So if he's just going to get 3 damage off it, I'm not sure. MadMen going a little bit too ham with this Baron buff. They were getting towers. Lily is top side. That's pretty much like most of your damage. Jarvan's just going to free hit on the Anivia, who should have. Yeah, she just drops the ult and walks away. A bit of a misplay from Mad. I think they're slightly overconfident there. Gwen also picking up tons and tons of free CS here on the bot side and the bot side tier 1. I think Mad don't know how to finish this game. I don't know how they feel like they're going to end this game. They just had the Baron. They've just lost the Baron on multiple members there. I believe that overall it's a loss. Is that 4.3k, Memphis? Is that the Baron power play there? It's a difficult one.
But at least now they can get some warding on this Drake. And Braum got caught.
Yeah, I think Braum's just caught here. You continue your point. He's going to die. He's going to die. There's nothing else to say.
I feel like this Braum is me. When I try to get some words, and I get absolutely caught when I shouldn't.
He's having a rough game. As Lee is going to catch out Jarvan here. He's about to get boinked and probably chomped. He needs to get out. And he does. They're so close. It's nearly just they're gonna give this Drake over. The Braum's having a rough one. He's got 10 deaths. Every time he seems to step up, Mad are more than happy to punish him. As we're looking to get the 3rd Drake on Mad's side, this Hex Tech is definitely a win con. It's going to make MF a lot stronger here. And I think we're going to see this game flip. Maybe we see it flip for Hex Tech Soul.
It would be pretty nice.
Vortex are not going to want to give it over. Obviously, Hextech Drake is super strong on champion like Severe. So the last thing she's going to want to do is give that over. As we see Lilia go into the Gwen. We've seen this movie before. Gwen 2v1ing, but this time it's a 3v1. And I don't think she knows what's coming because MF's about to drop an Oli, but the W was down, but not for long enough. It feels a little bit rough. Cho'Gath on the similar issue on the other side. However, he's got a ton of HP. And that HP is going to make it a long one. But here's Severe to clean up the kill. Mel's taken that one. Not sure on that one, champ. I probably would have given it to my ADC.
I feel like it's starting to go into style points. They are just killing each other with ultis for no reason. But I'll give the style points to them. I don't judge.
I think what you're seeing here is that lack of experience when it comes to pushing on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We need to get our wave sorted. We need to get our vision sorted. What's happening is people are pushing, and they're pushing blind, and people are punishing, right? Normally, if you send them 3 people top or send them 3 people bot, someone's going to try and make a macro play elsewhere. But it's not happening so far. As Braun is warding, being very brave, trying to not die for the 11th time.
He learned from my mistakes and he keeps doing them.
That's what he needs to do, right? He needs to protect this side. There's no wards now. There's loads of courage for Mel. As we see pings going on the map. Now Lily is going to run up there. And this Lily is kind of being like a bodyguard, right? She's running to lanes. She's putting the damage down and then she's walking off. As this time they're going to respect her being there.
She's just allowed to do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, she can do, right? She's 8-2. She's got tons and tons of gold.
Especially that Zonya's.
And Zonya's gives her a lot of breathing room. But there's a ticking time bomb on Vortex's side as Severe's getting closer and closer to that third item. I'm assuming it's going to be the Switchblade. Yeah. As Gwen is getting this favourable matchup, but it's like, as we always keep saying, it is never 1v1 for this Gwen. It is always a 2v1. But look at the damage that she is putting down now. The Nivea is not the backup that this Cho'Gath needs. He needs a pony with a lamp smacking Gwen. And right now, Vortex has gone straight to this Baron. They know that multiple members are down bot side. If Gwen can stay up here, this Baron could be very, very impactful in this game. But Lily is not going to let them have it. As they already turned straight down on her, she gets caught in the CC. But she drops this on you. She's still alive. She's still going. HP coming back up. And she's out. Flash drop. Sleep down. And MF is popping off, though. 3 damage going down. And Vortex thought they had a way in with the Baron. It was a trap. As MF picks up a quadra kill, Lilia Hoof playing on the edge, and MF taking all of the kills.
I don't have the words to describe what I just saw.
As Gwen's just going to snip through this Cho'Gath.
It's
Wolfman, stay strong, my brother. Stay strong. It's horrible. Well, it's horrible. There's nothing he can do, right? He just wants to farm his wave. And then Peace just says, yeah, I've got this Q button, and you're going to enjoy it. As Mad are breaking open the base. I don't think they can end, but they may try to. There's 3 of them here. There's a wave, but there's a Gwen. And no one wants any part of that. Not in the 1v1 anyway.
And it's quite surprising that they got away with murder, basically. They had only 3 people answering, with the Nivea answering later. And Lily doesn't die. The MF ulti was on point. The Jarvan basically just gave the setup that the MF needed for her ulti. So the comp that they chose is starting to work against them at this point. And
yeah,
it's
brilliant. It's probably back and forth game, all right? And it's felt like that the whole way. The leads have been in 2 places. It's been in MF's pocket and it's been in Gwen's pocket, right? And at the moment, Mad have looked after their carry better. As we see Lilia just putting a bit of chip down damage onto the Brawn.
Now the thing is, that mid wave is always going to be pushing, so it's going to be free CS for that Severe. That's going to be uncontested. So you gotta be a little bit happy.
Yeah, it's this Hextech soul though. This is big. Gwen's already on her way down. Gwen is not playing games. Cho'Gath does have TP. Let's see if he chooses to match. But Mads look like they might just walk away here. No, Cho'Gath's going to TP. They're going to look to fight. This is where the game is going to be, guys. This is going to be the one. The game starts and ends here, I feel. And they're looking. Cho'Gath's running straight for this Gwen. Wolf is a chip on his shoulder. He's saying, you're not getting to my carry. And Nautilus has found the Gwen. She's gone. She's gone. I think that's it. And they're going to start chasing down. MF going down. Nowhere near anyone. But Braun is in a bit of bother here. He's going to go down. Lilla Hoof is popping off. They're just going to get the Hextech Soul here. And Vortex never looked ready to fight. As soon as Cho'Gath came down, Wolf had one thing on his mind, didn't he?
I mean, I think the Nautilus had a little bit more of an answer. But thinking this, right? The only thing that I can say about that play is bang and the dirt is gone, as that Gwen disappeared in just a swipe of that Nautilus. That punish is starting to actually show, and I'm pretty sure they might be able to finish here.
They could end here. Civia's got some great wave clear, but this is a Baroned up team with a Cho'Gath in. This Cho'Gath can tank these towers. It's not going to be too much of a bother on here. Gwen's up there in 1 second. Maybe this is one step too far. Cho'Gath's in a bit of bother here. Civia's going to start popping off. She's going to get those little resets off that Navori quick blade. These are in trouble. Now they're in trouble. Maybe they're very extended. Lydia's getting a sleep off. She is still super healthy. So is this MF. So is this Anivia. I thought it was going to go south. It didn't. Mad are going to clean this game up. We are in a Lilia diff game here, guys. And everyone needs to come up with an answer because someone is picking this champion. 1-1. We're going into the third and final game to decide who's going into playoffs.
Hopefully, they learned and Lilia gets banned on this game, because it's very, I don't know. If there's a balance between every single champion, I'm pretty sure Lilia is pretty heavy.
Lilia B1 though, right? Why ban it, right? If you're Vortex, go blue side, take Lilia.
100%.
Like this is where those bans are going to be a problem, right?
Even though the MF did a lot of damage, I feel like most of that damage was on team fights, while the Lilia is mostly to help the early game. That's definitely 27,000 going on the early, while MF is mostly your ulti or executes with Collector. There's a lot of things.
Yeah, MF did a really good job. Like as much as I'm swooning over the Lilia, the MF played a really clean game. Mm-hmm. Like I'm happy that they went more damage orientated as well. Like it just dropped ults. But what's really interesting about this game is where did the Gwen's lead go? Right, she left lane 4 and 1. She was huge, like unmanageable. No one could deal with her, and that lead just disappeared. Right, gone, vanished, and all of a sudden she just wasn't as impactful as what she wanted to be. I think whoever made that decision for Gwen to like start going into Anivia and to Mel to go into Cho'Gath, it was a mistake that cost them this game.
100%. Well, at least we are going to the tiebreaker. The game of the games.
The game of the games for playoffs. Mm-hmm.
Everything matters.
I'm fairly confident we are going to see a bunch of comfort picks, and do you know what? I completely understand why.
I'm going to say this. I know it's not gonna happen, but if I see a Veigar, I'm scratching that off. Bingo. I'm just saying.
Well, someone needs to come up with a way to stop Lilia, right? Because I don't think she's getting banned. I don't think Vortex are going to ban them.
Well, then just you have a lot of CCs. You have range that has CC. You have a Rise. You have a cannon. Honestly, if you really want to be annoying for that Lilia, just pick an Ivern jungle.
I don't know if they've got that in the wheelhouse.
Maybe not.
Well, before we obviously pause for a break, though, shout out to Wolf, because I tell you what, that was some mental toughness. Yeah, we'll take a 5-second break. Yeah, take a 5-second break, guys. We'll be back in about 5 minutes.
hours of pain. Vi sörger, vi sörger. Cold and empty, lifeless remains. Vi sörger, vi sörger. Fields of the fallen, blood-washed in rain. This cannot be all that will be. So you have torn this world apart. You came for our suffering. So we'll bleed, cut us deep, find the death that you seek. But just remember, we retreat, but we live on. Those that die on fire.
Hi guys, and welcome back to the third and final game of this regular split for Div 4 VL for MadMen. It's do or die. For Vortex, it's do or die. Both teams need a win, and if they to get to playoffs, it's 1-1. It's been a big fat Lilia diff in both games, and a bit of MF. But I'm excited. What are we expecting then, Corey, from draft?
I mean, there's a new face, Goey, replacing Lilia Wolf. So I'm expecting the ban on that Lilia, maybe.
MF, they don't want it.
Oh boy. Maybe a Sejuani being picked here. I would not mind seeing a Sejuani. I've been talking about Sejuani for a while behind the scenes. Well, we just got the information that we are still losing 3 bans on the Mad side, so Lilia might be going through. And I don't know if I'm very happy seeing the Giga Chad Lilia that will just carry the entire world under her hooves.
There are options, right? You can maybe go and look at a Mumu or a Zin to try to stop her from like having complete freedom. But ultimately, the best way to stop her doing what she's done in the last 2 games is to track her, and that's on the team to make sure the wards are there in the right places.
That's going through, the Jarvan and the Misfortune going out, possibly to stop that horrible combo from damaging that Lilia.
Now, I'm interested to see what the first pick is.
Lilia.
We're expecting it to be Lilia. That's all we're expecting it to be.
Just pick that Lilia. There is no game, it's only Lilia.
There is only Lilia.
Life is a lie. Welcome to the Church of Lilia.
I am going to be happy that we do not have an MF in this game, right? We're going to see someone is going to pick something different in that bot lane.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Lilia.
Oh, Jinx insta-locked it in. You thought it was Lilia. You were wrong.
Now it's Lilia. Come on.
Maybe both teams just move off it, right? You don't know. Ash.
Ooh.
I'm so happy to not see MF.
Oh, it's going to be Ash Sejuani jungle, maybe? Give me the Sejuani. I've been waiting for Sejuani.
I really want this Sejuani.
I want it so bad. I love Sejuani. Please. I beggeth. I prayeth.
Poppy.
Okay, that's
You
kind of...
brought up Poppy the last couple of times, to be fair.
It's kind of early. We don't know if there's dashes, and I mean, she is... Okay, there you go. There's a dash. Over 2 dashes, Wukong and Viego. And there we go, Lilia. They are teasing it.
No, it's the first time that Viego's been up to be picked. And I think obviously Gooey's a different jungler, right? So the Lilia Hoof, who was in the last 2 games, maybe they took the Lilia because they didn't want to give it to him. Obviously, he got it in the second game and popped off. And we're seeing a Veigar. I'm so far this draft is making a lot of sense to me.
Is there every single character that I've been calling going to appear now? Veigar appears, Poppy appears, Sejuani is the only thing that's missing.
They're probably going to want to hang on to that Poppy flex for a little bit longer. Because obviously it can go top, it can go jungle, it can go support. So they're probably going to hold off.
Very nice answer to the Viego, though. Very, very nice. And she just does damage if you want. 8 love blades on that small creature, and your ADC is good as dead. Just 1 E to the wall, to the window, to the wall.
Still a lot of champions on the board. Obviously, this is not fearless, so every champion that is not banned is still, or not picked, is still open.
Nar, what a good ban. Denying that Veigar combo. Still, what can there be more? Maybe we are going to see a Thresh being picked on Vortex's side. I just feel like it kind of combos really well. Maybe a Blitzcrank just to make that engage a little bit better. Take off the pressure.
Respect to the Wolfman Cho'Gath. Don't need to see that thing running at you again. Still, one of my favourite moments from Game 2 was his TPing down and seeing Gwen and all the PTSD from the first 15 minutes of lane game flooding back.
And little beam bend.
As he popped his movement speed. Interesting to see. Yeah, Sejuani's gone. You're not getting that. We've seen very different drafts from both teams this time. A lot of things we haven't seen. The Veigar, the Viego, the Ashe, the Poppy Ari, all new champions. We haven't seen them so far.
Alright, I'll be back in just a second. Let me check on something.
And there we see Wolf going back to the Yorn. Obviously has set up with the Ashe and the Ari. I'm assuming this Poppy is going to be jungle. That means Peace is just going to insta-lock this Cassante. In game 1, he absolutely run amok. Wolf could not handle him. They had 2 towers down very early on. Prioritised the top side, got the Void Grubs, got the Rift Herald, and made this Cassante into an absolute beast. I'm not sure how they're going to deal with it if that happens again. And look, this is the hell of a lot of front line that Ashe is going to have to deal with. You're going to finally see where this Poppy is going. Is it jungle? Is it support? I'm assuming it's jungle. Trundle, perfect. I like this counter pick. It's a good pick going into the Cassante. You take all of those resistances away if he goes it, and you're going to lock it in. Interesting comps from both teams. Okay. I'm interested to see how what Mad can do differently with this top lane. So in game 1, for those who weren't here, Cassante had a super impactful game. As much as Vortex got their lead in jungle and Lilia was an issue the whole game, Cassante was a brilliant plan B. I'm assuming Gooey is going to be spending a lot of time keeping this Cassante in check with this Trundle. Going down bot, though, is also got some real gank potential with that pillar and obviously with the Poppy. I like it. I like both drafts. They're really, really interesting. Is Nautilus going to be able to keep the Poppy, keep the Trundle away, or is he going to be going in? Vortex, Veigar, Cage is going to be massive. There's loads of sprinting champions. Really cool drafts from both teams. I think this is generally very even.
Hey, I'm just saying. Take notes on the Poppy support. By the way, we can flex it.
Yeah.
Notes. Me once. I'm joking. Yeah, it's crazy coming back, and I just see a Trundle already countering the Cassante and the Nautilus. The Ornn is going to be an issue. Possibly not. I'm having flashbacks on that first game. Oh no. But we don't know how, at least I don't know how Gooey does the laning phase, right? And how he clears the camps. Is he going to put some pressure on that Cassante? Is he going to relieve the pressure off the Ornn? Or is just going to punish the living hell out of that bot lane.
This is the thing, right? Each team poses questions to the other team, but I think the other team also has the answers. So if Cassante gets fed, then Trundle can eventually deal with him, right?
Mhm.
If Veigar starts to become a problem, then they have enough CC to capture him without his cage there. But then if Trundle gets ahead, Veigar can just pop cage and walk away. It's. I think the pick for me, which is standing out, which is going to be the big problem, is Veigar. In my experience, low elo, gold, silver, platinum, they struggle with the cage. It just covers such a large area of the map when it comes to like just walling off something. And you've got a lot of walking champions on the side of MadMen.
But you're forgetting something.
Go on.
They have a hammer.
The Poppy, mate. The Poppy's gonna have to hit the ults of ults to ensure that Veigar doesn't get settled up.
Alright, we'll just hit the Nautilus and we'll just call it worth and walk away.
It's look that look, like I said, this is definitely the best 2 sets of 5 that we've seen going
100%.
into each other. Like there's multiple ways to win this game.
I'm just enjoying the tanks on support.
You've only played a couple of enchanters. Traumatized.
So many enchanters. You guys don't know what he made me do. He made me play Lulu.
I made him play Lulu. God forbid.
And then I ran it down on Brent. Oh no.
You did run it down on Brand. Yeah, it was terrible. No, it will be interesting, right? Because we've got another game.
Mm-hmm.
Super strong level 6s.
Game of the games.
So far, Vortex have absolutely dominated the top side of the maps. Void Grubs, Rift Heralds. Is it going to be the same? Cassante into Ornn, he dominated it last time. He should dominate it again. However, he hasn't got a Nocturne this time to worry about. He's got a Trundle, who will absolutely happily go 1-to-1 with Cassante. Not a problem. So, can he be as aggressive as he was in game 1? I don't think he can.
And eyes on the runes on that Trundle.
PTA, he just wants to do damage, dude.
No
I would
text
expect Conqueror, but he just wants to do damage. He just wants to go in there, bang, 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 and hopefully someone dies.
And again, coup de grace being selected, except Ash. Ash is learning that she needs to do a little bit more damage on that front line. Very reliant. I'm
I'm
expecting
interested to see what build she goes, because you obviously with Ash you got like 3 or 4 different core builds.
so many.
Yeah,
But
So-
Yuntal might be the play. I don't think it should. If we are playing for bot lane, which we might be playing for bot lane because it should be way stronger.
it's been the most volatile lane so far, right?
Mhm. It means that it's going to be a Kraken Slayer, and that Nautilus will struggle really, really hard in that early game. Especially trading with that Jinx that will just go Yuntal. So the power spikes will be there. This is the question. Do we want to get those early power spikes and just steamroll them? Or do we want to go even? And if I was the Ashe, I would try to steamroll that bot lane as soon as possible, as we are not getting any prio until at least level 6.
Yeah, like if you're looking at the ADCs, obviously Jinx has higher ceiling in terms of carry potential.
100%.
For me, Ash just needs to go full tank buster. Jinx isn't her problem. Jinx is not her problem to solve. That's down to the rest of her team. Ash's issue is Sante. Ash's issue is Nautilus. She's just got to hope and pray that Ari or Trundle can get on top of Jinx and just remind her that she's an ADC, that she's a marksman.
It's going to be a very interesting, also a very interesting game in terms of mid lane, right? You have a character that wants to stack against a character that wants to jump on top of you and punish you as hard as possible. That Veigar is not going to have a really fun lane early on, but that Ari can dash as many times as she wants. There's always the counter play button. Veigar's ultimate.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah.
But again,
what before we leave the Veigar and the Ari mid, obviously Lord went Mel second game. We I can't remember him really mentioning Mel at all. He was kind of indifferent the whole way through. I'm surprised he hasn't picked up the Malzahar again. But he's gone for a champion which is a little bit similar, right? Just wants to sit, just wants to farm, just wants to be safe. And he's going to scale indefinitely into this game, right? Like there was a
100%.
ton of scaling going on the side of Vortex here. Like mad on the clock, in my opinion. Not as much as the clock as you'd like to think, but they've definitely like once Jinx and Veigar get the items, gets the AP or gets to quit, they're going to be ready to cook. And we're going to have an early exchange here. Trundle's going down onto the Viego. They're fighting straight up here. Jinx needs to get that first kill. Are they going to be able to get the Nautilus? Trundle could go down here. He's got Ignite on him. He should be safe. Nautilus isn't giving this up. Viego is back into the game. Ash is down. And that is the first kill for Vortex. They're going to need to keep going. Will probably out of the way. Yes, he does. I'm surprised that they lost that fight that quickly.
It's quite
Viego
surprising.
diff.
It's quite surprising on that fight, right? The Viego gets caught off guard and he is in a really bad position. However, that Jinx with her traps just saved his life, stopping the Ashe, going with the follow-up, making them need to run away basically. And honestly, it's very big props to that bot lane on VRE's side, as they basically just carried that fight really, really hard. You had a massive hook going towards the Ashe, the traps, just a lot of burst going on. I do think Linky could have gotten 2 kills though. I feel like he just pushed away. It's the thing that I said before. ADCs tend to misjudge how the machine gun goes on that Jinx, right? You can stack it, you can change to the cannon, stack it again a little bit more, just so you don't drop those attacks with stacks, and your cannon will be so much stronger on that.
I think the Kasane should be safe. I think you're fine to keep going in your point, but they're going to get some chunk damage down. I think you're right. The problem is now is that obviously Viego is a very volatile champion. He's got the first blood. He's going to pick up a little bit more CS before he goes back and spends his gold. I'm interested to see what they do because I felt like MadMen should have won that fight. Everything in my body is telling me MadMen should have won there, but they didn't, and they didn't because, like you said, Jinx got his traps down, stopped the fight, and then Viego was brave enough to come back in. I'm just keen to see how they're going to sort of work their way around that little bit of a bump in the road. Obviously, the game's not over. There's tons of time to play, but obviously, Ashe doesn't want to lose that first fight ever, really.
And Ashe is an early game character, so already with the Jinx starting to get a little bit ahead, it's going to difficult the game so much more. You have a Veigar against you, you have the Jinx, you have a Viego, and this Viego is not going the usual, I'm going to burst you down and run away. This is a Bruiser Viego going for that Trinity Force first. So you need to be a little bit more careful with that, as he's going to survive so much burst in the burst.
Oh, Ari's been caught here. They're coming in. Flash used. Nautilus still going in. It's a huge charm with Ari. They can't take advantage of that pick. The Viego going to Triforce, like you said. I think Boy's mad. Died several. I think I lost count. I stopped counting after 10 times on the Brawn. He's out for blood.
100%.
I think
now it should
probably could be in trouble. I've just going back to what you were saying about the bot side, and it's another hook. Should just be out here. If you're Ashe, right, you're coming back to lane. You got your little berserker boots, and you see Jinx with a BF sword. You're in a bit of bother, right? We were talking about builds earlier, right? Like you said about the Kraken into Arm. I do think now Ashe is probably married into one of those lower cost builds.
The thing is, right? This Ashe might go for Yuntal, which she already made the...
Because I think it's going to go all in here. Viego is on his way up. I can't. Yeah,
They were mismatched.
it's unfortunate. I thought all was always safe. Like that's a lot of man to get through. Trundle being brave, risking it all for a pink forge. I'd love to see it. And that's Void Grubs for the 3rd time in a row for Vortex.
There's also a big difference in this game. Before it was a trade between the Voids and the first Drake, and now they have the first Drake, the Voids. They are kind of controlling the game already from the beginning, and it's going to start hurting on the lane, especially with that Jinx already at level 6. Now, for every average non-League of Legends player, thing that you need to remind yourself: this Jinx doesn't have cleanse. Meaning, doesn't matter how many items she will be in front, just a little bit of a Kraken Slayer will just make the Ashe win that 1v1. I want to say Kraken Slayer, if you guys didn't understand.
And Boy's already shown that he's happy to roam. So, I mean, Linky's position is going to be really important. Obviously, if an Ash Arrow hits, he's in trouble, like straight up. And here comes the Trundle, and that's what I'm talking about. Just there, he's already had to burn flash. Trundle could go on the tower for here, if not, just take the Nautilus, maybe give it over to the Ash if they can. Gooey was not prepared to let it go. Mad get onto the board, and that kill is going down to the Trundle, which is probably where they actually wanted it to go. There's a trade going the top side. I don't expect it to result in any blood, and it doesn't, as it just dips out.
At least, I'm just going to say it. We called the ulti, we called the danger, it happened. I think we should give ourselves at least a pat in the back, saying good job to each other. We did everything good.
I'm surprised Jinx hasn't gone cleanse. It just takes a lot of the danger out of the lane.
As you said before, this is a lower elo players, right? So they don't have as much awareness of what they can go out with and stuff like that. They will be aggressive, that's for sure.
It might just be a confidence thing, right? Cleanse is a different skill to barrier and heal. Like, obviously, your brain has to kick in. Your brain has to go, I can get out of this, and press this button.
100%.
And obviously, when you're in the lower, you don't normally use it that often. Obviously, you rely on your barrier or your heal. As Kasani's going to go in here. If you can get the all-out going off, he could possibly kill Ornn this time. Wolf is running back to tower. Are we going to see a dive? We do see a dive. That should be it. Kasante already getting that lead going, and he's doing exactly what he did in game 1, getting it a lead all by his goddamn self. But this time, Trundle is covering, but Viego is not going to let him walk in as we're fighting over the rocks. Are they just going to walk away? Gentleman's agreement? I think it's a gentleman. Oh no, Ari's here on the flip side here. She can find Chad, but she doesn't flash used by Viego. I'm interested. Kasante again with this all. We saw what it did last time in game 1. I'm worried for Wolf.
Do you know what I'm worried for? That Veigar. We are 11 minutes in, 71 stacks, still not being punished by Dahari as much as it should. And trades are happening on bot lane.
Mate, as we said at the start, right? I always expect Veigars to do well at this kind of level. Because people are so scared of the cage. People are so intimidated by that skill. And it's one of those champions you just don't see enough. As Poppy's looking to go in here, Trundle is on his way down. Viego is also shadowing. I don't think this is going to go the way that the MadMen want. Viego's already got one reset. He's going to go straight onto this Poppy. Jinx is free. She's excited. And this is only going one way. Vortex are winning this game. They're 4-1. They're 2k golden in the head. They've got every single goddamn objective that's been up. And everyone is happy. Veigar is scaling, Kasante is winning, Viego is winning, Jinx is already looking like she's going to have her first item soon. I'm not sure what MadMen can do. They need to find an opportunity. They need to find a gap here and stop this ball rolling.
I do feel like that entire engage by the Poppy was a bit too early. She was excited, let's just say that. Trundle was not near her at all. There's no pillar to E any of them into. Arn is being a little bit.
Oh, Trundle is here. They could punish him. He's very, very close to tower, though. I don't think they can get it done.
Man, I wanted to see that a little bit more. But no, top laners. They see a jungler, they run away. Let me test it. I want to see it.
Yeah,
Already 2k deficit on gold.
Yeah, and Viego is obviously completed his Triforce now, so he's going to be a lot less scared of this Trundle. Still a threat, though. Still a threat if you can get a couple of kills, pick them up. I'm expecting Jinx to have a full item when we trade back. Oh, no, she hasn't got it yet, so... Ashe looks like she's going to match her with the crit build as well. Poppy's just going to walk away here. Ashe is there to cover.
That is too late for that build to be even made at the moment. She's going to get punished so goddamn hard. Our crit is going to come so much after the Jinx. So it's just hurtful. It's just a little bit hurtful. Oh, the cage catches on. That's so much damage.
It feels so rough playing Ahri into this champion. I feel like, but Ahri wins. But then Veigar is so simple, right? Ahri's got all these dashes. As Trundle's here again, this time Cassante is not so close to his tower. The ult's going to come in from Trundle. I expect them just to pick this up, give it over to the jungler, but Cassante could get out, but Gooey's happy to burn the flashing chomp and get that kill sorted. We are seeing, in game one, they couldn't stop this Cassante snowball, but this time they have done, right? Cassante's a different champion tonight. We said that before, and he's got some gold back for MadMen.
But it's not done yet. Oh no, the Ashe got caught.
Poppy should just clear this up, I feel like. Flash used from the Ashe. I'm not sure if you want to keep fighting here. Poppy's in a bit of trouble. The traps are lovely from Linky. He's going to pick up a kill here. And he's excited again. He's looking to clear this tower. I don't know if Ashe can really stop them. They can definitely dive here if they've got the confidence to. Ashe is overstaying, but they're going to leave. They're going to leave. They run out of wave. Oh, they went out of wave, but I tell you what, Ahri was lurking there. I think if they dive there, Ahri maybe pops up with a double kill. I'm not sure, and we'll never know. But he's happy to go on this Veigar. She's got to dance around in the cage. Veigar flashes out. She doesn't want any part of it. She needs to run. She gets hit by the cage going down. It's so close. Oh,
I feel like at least that's a warning. Yellow card.
Matt is fuming. He's like, finally, Lord Keisha is trying to trade with me. He wants to engage with this mid lane. And he doesn't. He just flashes away.
In the meantime, Mad lost their bot tower. And Shelly just got captured by that Viego. So we might see tier 1. Tier 1 and tier... I'm... Go on.
You're going to see the cage being dropped down here. I'm not expecting too much, but Ahri is high up. Massive Poppy shield here. They get the mid tier 2. Ahri has no protection. Veigar should be able to get a kill here. Should be able to clean up, but Trundle is on his way. Viego in trouble, running for his life. Veigar's going to pay for his sins potentially, but the Nautilus is here with a hook. Viego's going to go back in. Trundle just wants to walk out of this fight now. Poppy's still there bodyguarding him. You were right with the Rift Herald though. Sneaky, little sneaky, right on the back. I thought they could have slowed it down. I thought they could have used it mid again, give this Cassante a super long lane to trade into this Ornn. But they use it for the sneaky play mid. And they pick up an Ahri for the troubles.
It's not only for that sneaky play in the mid lane, it's for those dragons too. Because now, the same thing I said before, you can shove waves. Your support is going to be able to roam a little bit further. You will have a lot of proactivity by your laners, because they can just shove a little bit more. And you will... What the hell just happened? Horn flashed. That threw me off. Nautilus can shove. No, wait. Team can shove mid and bot. Nautilus ward deep.
Yeah, is it ward deep? Yeah, we're going for that.
Oh, very good.
The trade into the Cassante here. He's not going to do much more there. We are looking at an Infernal Drake, right? If Mad were going to pick a Drake to appear, that would not be the Drake that they would want to appear, being 2 down in Drakes, right? They've got a massive Cassante to deal with. This lead's only growing. It's at 844. I expect that to be a lot more. Viega's going in on his own here. He's a bit exposed. He's already had to use his ult to get out. Veigar caged to recover the retreat. Ashe is super, super low. Jinx pops off straight away. She's excited. She's shooting. Trundle's in a lot of danger here. Veigar ult comes down to seal the kill. Jinx is safe, happy. She's going to water attack here. She's just going to win the fight. And you're in trouble if you're a Mad. Jinx is huge. She wins the fight untouched pretty much. When you can ult in front of someone's face is a Jinx and you're just so confident that you're safe, you're in trouble if you're the opposition team.
It's even worse than that. In the moment the Jinx is in melee range, just auto-attacking you and she's not running away. Yeah, something's up here.
Mad need to get this on in these team fights. They need his ult. They need some kind of playmaking to give them a little bit more room, a little bit more space, so they've got something to work with, right? At the moment, we're in dire straits. Vortex, 3 Drakes. Vortex have got 3 Grumps. They've used the Rift Hell. They've got feats. They've got all the things that they could possibly need to. Mad are going to have to produce now. Mad are going to have to find something where they create an opening and collapse on a Vortex mistake.
And now we just wait for Atakan. Welcome to the name of the game of Let's Ward bot lane, but no one actually is going to ward bot lane because no one is on that side. Nautilus is top with Jinx when they should be mid.
I'm surprised that they've put the Jinx top here. Maybe they just want the tower, feed more gold into her. It's a massive lead. It's 2.3k. As they go in here, Trundle should maybe focus on getting the Nautilus here and just take what he can get. Jinx is going to hurt, though. She is putting tons of damage down, but this Trundle is a tanky boy. Jinx has forgot that she's just a marksman, and she is getting collapsed on by this Trundle. The Poppy ult, the Ashe slows. Please pray for my role. You can be as fed as you want as an AD carry. You will be run down by a Trundle and the Poppy all day, every day. And there is a glimmer of hope for Mad here. But on the other side of the map, Vortex are already on this Atakan.
Still pretty low on it. So might... Ooh, on TP.
Oh, on TP. Maybe he's going to stop it, or maybe they're just happy to trade the towers here. They're going to have a little check, and they're going to see that it's being done. Can they do anything? Ahri's on the way down. Veigar's matching. I don't think they can. I think they're going to have to just let it go. And given the game state, I think that's completely fine. But Trundle's here. Trundle steals the objective. And now we've got a big fight here. And Cassante is just going to take away the Ahri. It's not going to be enough. As they're trying to collapse on him, Ahri's running away for his life. Cassante's trying to take one with him. He won't be able to. And that play on the top side is looking worse and worse and worse. Linky and Boy overextending, giving Mad a way into this game through the top side. They then collapse, pick up another kill, and the Atakan, massive chomp from Gooey. And the game is a lot more equal now. It's a little bit more stable. That was a crazy turn. That was a turn that only happens in our elo, boys. This is peak League of Legends. I love it.
He had no smite. The Viego had no smite.
He had no smite. Oh no! And Ashe just going to pick up another little kill here. Viego, guys, Vortex, what are we doing?
This looks like tilt right now.
Oh my god, they just need to slow it down. They need to slow down. Whatever they're doing, take your foot off the brake, take your foot off the accelerator, put the brakes on. You've got a Jinx. You've got a Veigar. Stop taking pointless fights you don't need to. Trundle taking the tower. Cassante going in. Nautilus is here. Jinx is here this time. That could be the big difference. But they do not get the shutdown. The Cassante falls over before anyone on Mad dies. Ashe is brave here. She's happy to volley. She doesn't care that she's got no supports with her.
Veigar TP. What's happening this game? They had such a big. Is this Fnatic playing?
This is
Are we watching Fnatic?
Like we said in game 2, right? We had that conversation. Gwen was ahead. MF was ahead. We both picked if you had one, you'd pick the Gwen. Why would you pick the Gwen? Because she should be able to look after herself. The problem is when all your gold is on an ADC, if they make one mistake, Trundle could be 0-10. Trundle's going to come and kick her ass. You know what I mean? Like,
100%.
it's a difficult pick for them. But Mad now, they've got where they've recovered. They've recovered about 10k. I'm going off the top of my head. And now they're on for this Drake. They need to stop the bleed. They need to find a pick. They don't want a 5v5 yet. Viego's going straight in on that Trundle. Arrows coming in. Hit Cassante straight in the chops. All ult in. Big ults being used by Mad. If they don't take a fight now, they're giving up this Drake. And they're going to try to take this fight. Cassante's in. Doing damage. Viego's in. Doing damage. Jinx is still up. Nautilus peeling. the Ari on the left side. Jinx is excited. Putting the damage down. She's free hitting on this Ornn at the moment. Ashe is not doing enough damage. And that's what our concern was. Trundle going in. Trundle getting the Jinx. Ashe is still going. The Veigar's still up. Ashe just needs to walk away. And once again, it's just the positioning. Linky just needs to get that positioning correct.
That was a catastrophe. So, really good engage in part of Mad. It's just question mark pings for the Veigar as he flashed after the Hari that already had flash. So he just loses a little bit of time instead of helping the peel on that Jinx, where he could have just gotten more kills. That dragon was basically theirs, and now it's just flipping that soul. If Mad gets this and slows down the game, it's a really good win for them. However, if the blue side gets the soul, it's starting to look grim, very grim.
That's the thing. The Ashe was so low that the Mad couldn't actually capitalize on the fight. They couldn't get the Drake done, which is what they need to get done. Linky just needs to play it slower. He does not need to run in to this front line and start face tanking stuff. He got away with it once. He's not going to get away with it again. This Cassante's already in trouble. Veigar cage down. Ashe ult down. Veigar stunned. Ari's got the flank. Ashe is popping off here. 3 damage going down. But Cassante is still standing. Viego is still standing. They haven't got the first kill. As Cassante's the first one to go. Viego's soon quick to follow. Jinx is alive, healthy, but there's only a Nautilus in front of her. She doesn't want to step up anymore. Big ult's still up. Ornn's ult is still up here. They can still... I think Vortex has just got to use it, right? They've just got to let it go. They want the soul. They can't have the soul. And that's a big fight from Mad. Two massive team fights from Mad. They were 10k gold down at one point, I believe. It was so close to it. And now they're ahead.
The craziest part is the only reason why that happened is they were so out of position. Nautilus was not even with the Cassante or the Viego.
Death Bush?
On the other side.
Death Bush? Oh, Jinx. Oh, sweet prince. Good night. Farewell. You're going home. Mad have just taken the momentum and they are running over this game right now. They are snowballing so hard. And Vortex cannot seem to get a play right.
Oh no. Where's the Veigar though? You guys need to go with the
Massive
Veigar.
tunnel. Nautilus is looking. He's found one. Veigar can get a kill here. Ornn has to flash out immediately. They've got to find the right target. They can't find them. Why are we throwing a game over Baron? Your Jinx is dead. Your damage is dead. Vortex, slow this game down. But Mad are popping off. They're on the same page, right?
Oh no! Close. So, let's think in this, right? You have Veigar. He has 200 stacks. Why are you going away from the Veigar and being aggressive when you can just kill him? He has 200 stacks. He will one-shot that ADC at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's just free Baron. Again, it's just donations. Very, very, very nice donations. For Mad, and we will take that.
I think Nautilus is just going to die here. Like Vortex, they feel like a team that's walking with no plan, right? They're just moving, they're just doing things. Whereas Mad, everyone seems to be on the same page, right? They're like, yeah, we're down, we're losing, Jinx is ahead. she will make mistakes, and she has made mistakes, and they have punished them. And it all started with that top lane play, right? Gooey was brave enough to just go, do you know what, I'm a Trundle, you're a Jinx, you're about to catch these hands, right? And as soon as he did that, and he caught the Jinx, and he caught the Nautilus on that top side, and then they got the Atakan, they have not looked back. The Trundle Ornn combo has been utterly disgusting, to be quite frank. And this Ahri is just such a problem that they can't seem to get onto this Ashe.
I can also add that it went from a team that played like a team to a team that's looking like they're playing solo queue at the moment for Vortex. It's very clanky. Everyone is just jumping in just because, and then the carries are just left alone to die. It's looking very, 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 very bad.
What I'm really confused by, right, in game one, is as we see that MadMen are going to take this tier 2, maybe threaten the tier 3, is in game one, we saw a very calm Vortex, right? Lilia was ahead. Sante just stayed top, never really grouped, just kept pushing top, kept putting pressure on top, and Wolf was never allowed to come into the game, right?
Yeah.
In game 2, it was something similar until it wasn't, and then all of a sudden Gwen went into a different lane. Wolf was allowed to then join into team fights, be a problem, and Peace never really got back into the game. This time, Peace got ahead again, and has then started leaving his lane again. I don't understand why the strategy changed from game 1 to game 2. As we see more pressure being put down by Mad, it's just something to put out there. Peace was so strong in game 1, and so strong in game 2, but in a different way. And I feel like I haven't executed the second part of the plan like they did in game 1.
I feel like that's the keyword pressure. There's people that will handle pressure way more differently. Let's say that as before they won the first game, right? So they were ahead, minds are fine and that stuff, and then they start losing their grips. Now they are just trying to find something. They are forcing things that they shouldn't. They are a train without brakes, let's say that.
Yeah, and that's exactly the right word. Vortex just needs to find their brakes, and it seems like they have. They've slowed down. No one's died for a hot minute. Like, give up this Drake. You've still got another one. I mean, let Jinx get to a 4th item. She needs to be able to get through these thick boys. I mean, you're playing for resets, right? That's the key word for Vortex, resets. But if you're hitting the Ornn, you're hitting the Trundle, you're hitting the Poppy, they're not going down quickly, right? So you need to get the items that's going to help. Dewey looking to be a bit damaged there. I see a flash from the Vega. I don't know if he really needed to be quite honest. It's a big summoner, though.
I can also add this, right? You're playing with the Jinx, right? You went Runans before Lord Dominic regards.
Nautilus just dies. I don't know how. I don't know why, but I'm not sure about that one. We move on now. It's a free Drake. Go on, say what you were saying. Continue, please.
I didn't even notice he died.
It was over so quickly. It was over so quickly. This like our guy didn't even get the camera on it. I'm assuming he took a hook in, but Vortex can't start these fights anymore. Like, Nautilus is not thick enough to be starting these fights. The only way you start these fights, in my opinion, is with a Veigar cage.
You gotta slow down the game, let the Jinx get that Lord Dominic's, and then start looking for stuff. It's just... Our broadcast is pre-correct. Mistos just told us that we'll go with the Lord Dominic's first. It's I don't know. I don't like it. Plus, I don't think it's a good item at the moment for him. I think he should have just went Black Cleaver, let the Jinx get that Lord Dominic's, and just stack those together, because they stack for that Jinx.
Yeah, considering that he's gone for the Triforce as well, right? It makes sense to get that item that gives you a little bit more HP, a little bit more thickness to your build. Obviously, we're going to see builds that don't always make sense. Like, it's just where we're at. It's super tough. I think Boy's just dead here. I don't see how he gets out. We've seen a TP, we've seen an Ashe. He's just dead again. And that's Baron in 40 seconds. Death time is at 40, so Mad have got some time to work with here. They're going to go straight onto this Cassante, it looks like, in mid. They've caught him. I don't know if Vortex can get there quick enough. They just need to walk away from this fight. This is not good for you. This is not good. As Trundle's going down. Gooey's gone a bit too high. He does get away with it, though. And that just goes to show you how close this game is, right? We're here singing Mad's praises. They nearly threw that lead, right? If Trundle goes down there and Jinx gets excited, this is a completely different proposition, right? That Trundle is a big, big bodyguard for this Ashe.
Now they're trying to get someone. They're waiting. They're stalking their prey.
Please, for the love of Jesus, boy, don't phase check that bush.
Oh,
you don't deserve to be treated like this. Go on, Cassante, you're a big boy. You're a big boy. You know they're there. You know they're there, guys.
They just saw it with the Jinx.
Your blue trinket's up soon.
Slow down. Relax.
You don't need to order that extra bit of meat on the burger. Just chill. Just relax. Push your mid-wave. Make Mad react to you. Mad got complete control over here. Other than that little play there, they've been in so much control since that top play. They've got the crowd. Trundle's being caught out here. I don't know if that's the target he wants. Ashe is already shooting off. Cassante already super low. He's in a lot of trouble, but Ashe is going to get excited. Jinx is going to get excited. And it's terrifying. Ashe is free hitting. Nautilus going down. Jinx looks like she's gone down. Ari doing her job. And Mad are winning this team fight. I just don't know what else there is to do. Viega's trying to get to this Trundle. He does. Viega. It's just not enough. Veigar's going to go down. Ari, massive team fight from Matt. He gets the Jinx. He wins the team fight for his team. So many good things in that team fight. I wish we could have a replay. That was awesome from the Ari. She gets around. She finds the Jinx. And once that Jinx goes down, I've just got no hope for this Vortex roster.
Do you want to know the fun fact, or do you
share with the group?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a mortal reminder on the Jinx. I don't agree with it because she's.
It'd be for the Trundle healing. Yeah, it'd be for Trundle. If the Trundle's is what's in Jinx's face, which that's what I've been seeing, I think it's completely okay.
The thing is, you have already Cassante with Thornmail and Nautilus with Thornmail.
Yeah, but it's not active healing cut though, is it? When you think about it, right? Like, if Trundle's not hitting those dudes, which he's not, he's just ulting them and moving on to squishies as soon as possible. Then his healing's not getting cut. As another Ashe goes, and boy, he's just unlucky. Put 13 next to that man's name. Everything that could hit him is hitting him. Diego's already running, ulting out. This poor guy. Nearly 20 deaths in 2 games.
River sweep. Everyone likes that.
And I tell you what, we were worried about this Ashe. Wow. Back has come back. Come back into this game. Ults are landing. He's hitting absolutely everything. But I tell you what, boy cannot catch a break.
No, he cannot.
And I tell you what, that's a fine trade. I take this soul. I'll take an Inferno soul over Baron any day of the week.
But do they have time?
Can they catch him out? Soul point for Baron. Sorry about that, guys. I thought it was actual soul. As they're going to try to find a fight here, man. They can definitely get this Cassante. There's no reason not to. Who really is the only one who really wants this Baron. Just every time Vortex are making a play, Mad are finding the way. Be careful here. Massive Ashe arrow hit. And that boy's having to tank a charm for the Veigar. As they've still got a tower in the way. Veigar gets a shutdown on Trundle. It's huge. Can Diego do anything with the reset? He's looking to get onto Ashe, who's just going to walk away. It's such a great back and forth for these two teams. Sorry, guys. I got that wrong on the soul. I thought Mad would just walk over them with the Infernal Soul. It's completely on me, that. But these Ashe ults, by the way. And for once, Boy meant to get... I'm going to give Boy credit. I'm going to assume that he meant to get hit by that. The Nautilus face tanking for his Veigar. I'm going to pause.
Oh, no.
300 stacks on the Veigar. That's a lot of AP.
He doesn't have Void Staff, though, so... It's really not translating much. Those tanks are still going to tank.
Guys, I don't know if you can see that number over the Veigar. That's a lot of bloody AP. That's
Oh,
a
that
lot
is.
of AP, right? Now, I don't know how much magic resist they've got on the enemy team. I don't think it's going to be enough. If Veigar ults Ashe, she's going to see a grey screen very, very quickly. Is Ashe if Ashe sees Veigar, pray. It's not going to go well for you. Oh, okay. We have a chance to breathe, which we haven't had, which feels like for about half an hour. Corey, where are we at with the game state? What do you think is going to happen?
Okay, so massive fight, very random, no objectives, no soul, no baron. Blue base destroyed. Questions. Why? Answer. Because this game makes no sense. No one's. Ooh. We just got updated. Ashe got issues with the mouse, and they should be back on the game soon.
I think for Mad, I think they just need to be aggressive, right? Like the last thing you want to do is give this Jinx any more time. Like you make all the good plays in the world, Jinx is still Jinx, right? And the last thing you want to do is give her time to scale into this game, which she already is, right? She's completely and well and truly into this game. Same with the Veigar, right? The room for error for Mad is becoming ever so slim. Like at some point, scaling will take over this game. Oh, how far behind are we?
25.
We're good. Okay, we're cool. Yeah, no, the scaling is going to come into effect, right?
Hopefully. That's the Hail Mary that they need.
And then for Mad, it's just you've got to find the trigger, you've got to pull it. Like if I'm Ashe, if I see Veigar, if I see Jinx, and if I can hit my ult, it's getting hit. It's just fire. The Ashe cooldown can't be long. I think it'll be around 30, 40 seconds, so it shouldn't be too long.
Oh, they get spotted.
Right, and Veigar is only going to be more. Is only going to have more confidence, right? At some point, these tanks are not going to be able to handle him.
But is it now? Is this the point? Is this the random fight? I did say random fight.
This feels like old school LCS. Maybe they get it here. Trundle's overexposed, or Veigar. Sorry, Viego misses it. All ults going in, though. They might be able to follow it up. He's in a ton of trouble, but I can't get to him because the Veigar cage is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant there from Lord. Completely shuts down. Ults invested from Ashe, from Trundle, from Ornn. That's massive. That's massive. Now, if Vortex can find a fight.
Cassante.
Oh, got something on the side.
Oh no.
Cassante's in a bit of bother here. I don't know if Vortex can get to him. Ornn's just going to slap him right in the face. They should be able to get to him here. I don't think Cassante gets out. He's just going to die. For no reason. Oh, Veigar from the flank. And this is the chance now. Can Jinx get some damage down? She's looking to get damage. Trundle flashes forward straight into a Veigar cage. Jinx is getting rockets off. Look at the damage. Look at the scaling. Maybe they've just given this team far too much time to cook. I don't think they can get it done. There's no wave here yet. Veigar. Killing Veigar and actually killing Veigar. You can talk about it. I don't know if they're going to make it happen. Oh, this feels so bad. If it ends like this, it was such a good catch by Mad, but they couldn't get the Cassante down quick enough. They need to find a play where Veigar's not there, and that's going to be really, really hard because Lord is now so important to this Vortex team. That pause may have been really beneficial, right? They may be able to get their stuff on, guys. What are we doing? We've been sprinting it for the last 25 minutes. Let's go back to doing what we were doing in the first 15, right? Playing smart, playing cool, playing calm, and finding good team fights.
And I think this is the team fight that will end it all.
It's soul. It's infernal soul. It's 30 seconds until it's up. Wards. But look where Viego is on the map. Look where Veigar is on the map. There is a good little bit of time here that Mad can operate in. They've got about 10-15 seconds to there against the 5-stack. They're going to get the crab.
Vision is
Wards are everywhere. Jinx has gone mid. Trundle's not going in on that, surely. Arrow hits Cassante. Are they going to commit? Just poke. Just poke. Ash arrow down. And they just look at the death push. But look, Jinx is going absolutely nowhere near them. They know where they are. And they're going to go on this Trundle. It's going to go down. Look to see where this Veigar cage is down. It's hit. Trundle on the side, trying to push forward. Poppy's already stupidly low. They look like they're going to try and get this Viego. Trying to get him down. They do get him down. Jinx is still healthy. Veigar going up. Jinx has got the double kill. Gooey's got the Veigar. And it's looking like it's going to be a 1-5 for Vortex. Sorry, this is absolutely everywhere. Are they going to end or are they going to go for soul? They're going to go straight down mid. They're looking to end it here. And I don't think Mad can save it. Mad. Hopefully we can get up. We've got 40 seconds of Death Climbers. I don't think they can. It's Ari versus the world. It's Matt against the world. And Veigar is just going to press R. Dodge that, he says.
You know, that's
Mad. It feels so bad. That was crazy. I couldn't even keep up with what was going on. Everything. The Veigar cage was huge. Absolutely crazy game.
What did we learn after this game? You gotta play Lilia.
You gotta play Lilia.
You gotta play Lilia.
Mm-hmm.
So only an interview.
What a game though! What a series! I don't think. And let's be real, right? Mad went into the series with subs, with e-subs.
Mm-hmm.
They made it a real series. In my opinion, they should have won Game 3. They were so close. It's just the Veigar infinite scaling. There's not much you can really do for it. I think, and as I said at the very start, right, Veigar was the X factor in those two teams. It was the pick that I felt would cause so much trouble because Trundle, Ornn, Poppy have to walk around the cage, and that was the difference, right? When they got when they caught out the Viego in that red side of the jungle, and if they killed him, I think they could have ended the game. Veigar caged off the whole entire team, right? It's so rough. But Mad, absolutely stupendous Game 3. So close. Honestly, be super proud of how you played. Really, really impressed.
I mean, it just proves in the moment the Jinx did the Lord Dominic's regards, or the moral reminder in this case. The game got way easier for her because she can just melt through the tanks. A lot. Because of the AoE also stacks with it. It's disgusting.
It was. It just feels. It was weird, right? Because Vortex got such a big lead. Like, I honestly thought we were walking into a stomp. And then Gooey and Wolf make the play top side, which then turn into an Atakan. And next thing you know, like that 9-10k gold lead was just gone. And Mad was 2k gold up. But they gave up too much in that early game. That one Drake or that Rift Herald that gave away a free tower. If they could have just got one more objective, they probably could have won that game. But the Veigar, once you get to how many stacks was he at? 300?
Around 300, yeah.
You're a fucking problem, right? You're a massive issue.
1,000 plus AP.
That 1250 AP is insane. It's insane. I've never seen it before. That's crazy.
And now we wait For
So are we doing an interview, Mistos? Who we got? If they don't want to, I completely get it because my heart would be stumped.
I guess we just wait to know.
Mhm.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh wait, that's copyrighted.
Matt and Werewolf. Oh, double team. Okay. Boys, how are we?
Yeah.
Hello.
Good. You?
No.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was a good series.
It was. It definitely was.
I'm impressed with your mental, to be honest. I really am. Like after game one, I was like, a lot of players that would have broken them, right? Like the Kasane in game one, like got such a huge lead off that Rift
Mhm.
Herald.
Mm-hmm.
How did you reset yourself going into like game two and game three? Because I think in game two and game three, yes, you lost the early, but the rest of the game, I think you played a lot better. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that's a shout out to my teammates for keeping me like calm and like they just say, okay, it's okay if you get behind. We do like if you just stay underneath your turrets and just to play safe, we can help you if needed to, and I'll just try to help the game and the rest of my teammates. So yeah,
Was it fun when you got a bit of revenge on Cho'Gath?
it was. It definitely was.
And for Matt, did you have fun going into one of the most boring mid lane?
Mate, alright. I don't want to be toxic, but that guy needs a shampoo. Mid's my third position. Like I had the most boring time in those lanes.
We were joking in game one because no one likes laning into Malzahar. Like my mid laner makes me ban it.
No.
Like if there's even a sniff that Malzahar's going to be played, I have to ban it. If not, he cries at me.
Like
And
he was playing champions to like not interact with me, really.
Wave
And
clear.
Veigar was probably the closest.
I can see why he did that though, because obviously even in the Veigar game, in the Ari game, when you got past their front line, you were just a problem, right? Like the Jinx was not having fun.
Yeah, but like getting past those big, like the big fatties, like Nautilus and Cassandra was just so hard. The guys take up half the map. Like, what can you do? Cassandra is not massive himself, but like, he's got the widest shoulders in the fucking game.
Yeah, and the Veigar cage is just a problem, isn't it?
Mate, I didn't have
Yeah.
ID to get in the club. That's what it was.
Was there anything you'd have changed from that series? Like definitely in that game three, right? Because I don't know how if you guys knew that you guys were like good, like 9-10k gold down.
We felt how far behind we were, and then the fact that we knew we got ahead of them as well. It was that it was the fight where we were chasing down the Cassandra in our top jungle, and we got Veigar boxed. 3 of us got Veigar boxed. I instas on yous, and then someone got freaking absolutely obliterated by a Veigar ult.
Yeah, he had like 300 stacks at one point.
Yeah, it was.
Towards the end of the game.
What can you do?
Yeah.
Like we, to be fair, we thought the game was over about 15-20 minutes in because obviously Jinx
as well.
Yeah, because Jinx was flying, right? And then she forgot she was an AD carry. And then Trundle and Ornn topside popped her. And then Gooey flash chomped the Atakan. And next thing, you guys just dominated for about 15 minutes. But like you said, right, trying to end with that when they've got a Veigar is so difficult.
I mean, Gooey was making some like amazing calls, and then like he just made one bad call, and it snowballed off that, which is just it's a bit shit. So like, it's not his fault for the call because he does so like when we finally grouped out with lanes because that was the issue the early game. We worked really well together, and Gooey was telling us to do it, and we did it, and it was going really well. Yeah. It just so happens the one mistake he makes snowballs into them taking the game, really.
Yeah.
It was also a bit like that all the kills went to the Jinx and to the Veigar. That even snowballs them harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing is because you guys suffered so much in the early game, they were kind of ready. You know what I mean? Like, because obviously it takes time to get back into the game, right? I think you made that gold lead back up in about 7 or 8 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But even though you were stomping every fight, like Jinx was still getting items. Obviously, Veigar was still getting his Qs. So, like you said, when GUI makes one suboptimal call,
Yeah.
it feels like it's wrong, but it's just that the
It
game's in the
wasn't.
state
I
it's in,
don't.
right?
I don't think the call was wrong. It was just how we executed it. We shouldn't like. We're trying to die to kill a fucking tank. Like that's
Yeah.
we're blowing everything on this Cassandra that's sat there probably smiling to himself that he's getting all this thrown at him. And we knew they were pushing mid behind the because
Is this the top side play when he's split pushing top and then you guys catch him and he runs to the jungle?
we go and try and catch him off guard. Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought that was absolutely okay as well if you just get out afterwards.
Yeah.
If we didn't all go past the raptor bush, I think we were fine. I think we were just trying to block them off a bit, and that we maybe blocked them off too much. They got our they got someone blew up instantly.
Yeah, that's true.
Any questions,
but still, we gave them a run for their money, so
you really did.
I mean, it's always a compliment if they are like not try to fight you with like 5 men. I think that's a really good compliment because that means that they are really scared of you.
And you were playing with pretty much a pick and mix team, right? Like you had subs in every sort of position, people filling in roles they didn't normally play.
Yeah.
And let's be real, like you were close to doing it. Like it was so close.
It was.
You guys should really just give a pat in the back because you guys really performed well. The results weren't there, but you guys did play the best possible.
Maybe we tried. We tried and we got this far, so it's a good compliment for us. It's like so. Be ready for next season. If we got like a complete team to play, then everyone in D4 should fear us.
Mm-hmm. Now,
the big buck is coming for your ass.
Now, do you want to ask him anything else?
No, I'm all done.
All right. So, if you guys want to do any shout outs, tell about where we can find you, feel free.
Well, if you go to my Twitch account, twitch.tv/werewolf_lol, you can find me there.
Yeah, I don't care about any of that stuff. I'm just here playing League.
Matt's already shouted out. He's already told Law to go get a champion, Paul. That was Matt's shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to Matt's new kidneys for performing so well that he could come back for this game.
Well played in NHS.
NHS coming in clutch.
Yes, it almost came clutch, yeah.
Okay, we'll end it there, boys. Thank you for a brilliant game. Honestly, I really enjoyed casting it. It was great. It was quality.
Yeah, thank you for streaming. Appreciate it.
No, it was pleasure. That's all from us on the stream. We'll catch you all in a bit.